No.
There.
Alright, cool. Yes, we're here. It is En Route to Clarity. The draw out. It's myself, Agent X. We're in the building. And today I have a special guest, Princess Bim. Whoop, 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 whoop. Make some noise.
Hey!
My long time sister and friend,
I know,
you get me?
long time,
Don't say
long
a thing,
time.
don't say a word.
Listen, come on.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we're here today, me and the Princess, and you know what we should do by now. I'm going to ask the question. In fact, before I do, a bit rude of myself, give the people them a little background information on yourself, wherever you wish to share with the people about yourself. Just to give them a little background of who you are.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm the Bims, Princess Bims. People know me. Some may know as others, but yeah, let's keep it Princess Bim for now. Yeah, I'm more on the soca scene, so a lot of people know me from the soca scene. So I do lots of carnivals, help people with events and stuff like that. Any promotion work's going along, I'll help with it and stuff. And
music videos?
Yeah, music videos, yes.
My boy,
music video over there. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just easy, innit? I'm just easy. Everyone knows me. So.
Yeah, alright, cool.
And as I know, I've known you from day, so yeah.
Yeah. You've had the misfortune of knowing me for a while, to be fair. Alright. Less of that. Alright, cool. What we're going to say is this. Today, I have a question, as always, and the question I have is this. Are we in love with the idea of being in love?
Who's we?
People, men and women.
Okay, yeah. Just
men and women. We.
Yeah, I thought you meant
Men, women.
Yeah.
Are we in love with the idea of being in love?
Everybody wants to be in love, kind of thing. That's that thing. But it's hard to find.
You think everybody wants to be in love and it's hard to find?
It's that trust thing.
I'm glad you said that.
We're sold the idea of being in love as well.
We're sold the idea of being in love. Yeah, it is. We have been sold the idea of being in love, definitely. So you're both right. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is, if you look at like what's going on today, what's going on like now in our culture, not just when I say our culture, I mean just in the world generally.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? I think we'll find that. Are we really? I mean, because like you said, everybody has the idea they want to be in love and
that's what you do at
like
school.
you
it's
said,
like,
which you said is a concept, or I wouldn't even call it a construct really. I mean, people would argue, debate. I mean, we could do that. I mean, I'm not going to be I'm not pretend to be the top scholar on what it is and it isn't.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say is that I do believe it's a concept. Like the concept that, like you said, people have in their mind is just a concept.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Because if you challenged it, you'd find out that it is more. You know, like you find out what people think love is to what love actually is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's a good
point. And when you say what love actually is, even that is debatable. Even that is debatable because attraction, chemistry, and then I would imagine belonging.
And then some people get confused with the lust and love.
Exactly, which is the point I was going to get, because once you get to the belonging side of things, it becomes more duty than anything else, especially when there's children involved and things like that. Do you understand what I mean? Because now it's really about duty. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Love, the concept, kind of goes out the window at that point. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So when and a lot of people throw quote unquote love away when duty comes into play. Do you see what I mean? When you've got to actually do what you're supposed to do. At that point. You see what I mean? So the reason why I asked the question, are we in love with the idea of being in love, was for that exact reason. Because people have this concept in their mind that love is supposed to be. And whereas before, maybe that was a different concept, which was driving people into marriages and things like that, and families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now the concept is completely different.
Definitely.
And now the lines are blurred. When then it comes down to the individual. And when you hear people's idea of love, you think, is that really love? Like when you say to people, like you'll hear somebody saying, there's no for example, there's no good men out there.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And then when you hear what they're actually looking for,
And their reasoning.
it sounds like
Fantasy.
well, that's one way of putting it. I was going to say a job description.
Yeah. It's like a CV in it. Like, okay, you got to have this, you got to have that.
It's
that,
like a job description,
it's
literally.
Not gonna happen.
A bit fantasy as well.
It's
It's a bit
not gonna
fantasy-like
happen.
as well. And it's a bit unfair, no thought in it. And it's a bit one-sided.
Mm.
It's very one-sided when it comes to men and women.
And then, sorry to cut you, but then on the other hand, you have men who would say, another thing you hear a lot, they're looking for a good girl. They're looking just someone who's just down and, you know what I mean,
They're there.
well, this is the point.
But they're not looking for
this is the point. No. It's not that they're not looking for them. It's not that they're not looking for them. They will say they're looking for them. But if you actually look at who they're sleeping with,
That's what I mean.
no. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Mm.
If you actively look at who they're sleeping with, who they're, let's say, attracting, for want of a better word, you will see that these people are not the people they're talking about.
How do you know?
And that confuses me.
How do you know that's not their good girl? Their idea of a good girl.
Because the things they do, and I'm not. We are generalizing here, but I'm just saying in this scenario that I'm talking about, the things that they do with those girls, they wouldn't do with the girl that they're talking about. The quote unquote wifey scenario.
It's like they put them in boxes.
So you've got
Wifey.
whoa. So listen. So you've got guys who would say they want a good girl, whilst when you look at what they actually like, it is far removed from that.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is he just in love with the idea of the good girl?
I think
don't really
the
want it.
concept of what a good girl is, again, is it's down to the person as well.
And my point is the person who's talking about the quote unquote good girl is attracting and going for the opposite of what he's saying that girl he wants is what I'm saying to you.
I fully know what you're saying, but you know, like sometimes even where I think that's where people get lost as well is thinking that their concept of a good girl is also built up by the TV. So the concept of romance is built up by the TV.
I think with men, let's be frank, a lot of it's sexual.
Yeah. But some of us are. So there's some men that are very romantic. You know that.
Yeah.
You know
No. I'm not. That's two different things. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying to you is the concept of the good girl. For some men, a lot of men, that is sexual. They base it around sex.
Yeah, first.
I'd say they base it around parents.
I'm saying to you that you would find that a lot of men look at women, how they carry themselves first.
Yeah.
And that woman who doesn't outwardly show any kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Qualities that you see in your mum, if your mum.
No. Forget your mum for a second. Any woman
Well, not
who
just
does
your mum, your grandma,
any
aunt.
woman who doesn't give off the signs of being promiscuous to some men is a good girl.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Any woman who looks like I can bring her in a room and she would behave accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what men mean when they say that? Yeah. Basically meaning wouldn't make me feel uncomfortable with any of her behavior. That's basically what they mean. Yeah. Those men think that is a good girl.
Okay.
I would argue.
No, I get what you mean when you're saying.
See what I mean? A lot of men base what they think a good girl is around how promiscuous she may or may not be, or how they view sex. So, for example, if I spoke to you in a club and I took you home that night and I slept with you, you're not wifey.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Do you see what I mean? It's based around how they view sex and their sexual exploits and interactions with women is how they view what a good girl is and what it isn't. And some men, not all men.
Funny you're saying that, but do you think that some of what people bring to each other in groups, the conversation they bring to people in groups is totally different to what they'll actually accept in their own life?
In what sense?
Like what if they're amongst their friends and stuff, let's talking and stuff.
So let's use the example of what you said about if I take a girl home first night and boom, 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 and then and you wife it, you'll never tell someone that you if you have that
scenario.
If you have that opinion of it, you will never actually tell people. The girl that you've wifed, I met her in the club, slept with her the first night. You might miss that story out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, but, so that's what I mean by like as much as we have our that opinion that we bring together collectively, there's always things that we do in our own lives that are we're
all one big contradiction. That's by the way, if no one hasn't realised yet, that's the point of the show. I'm just highlighting all the contradictions and the foolishness. At some point, you're gonna have to walk away and say, "No, I do that. Right? That's just absolute foolishness." Why do I say that? Why did I even think that? That's dumb, innit? Like, do you get what I mean? We all contradict ourselves every day. Life is a contradiction. You're born to die, but that's the beauty, the bit in the middle. Do you get what I mean? So let's not digress. But the point is,
but you get what I mean, innit?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So if that was the case, it's just that some people just don't bring it to the table. It's not that it doesn't happen.
No,
and it's not that they won't wife the girl they slept with the first night. It's just more that what they will tell you may be different. That's what I was getting at.
No, definitely. But again, like I say, you have. Oh, well, let's not stick on the guys too much. But I'm just saying, even women, a lot of people base what they would consider somebody who they would partner with on their sexual exploits or how they perceive them sexually. That's true. Just how it is.
Yeah.
Whether they're good or bad or indifferent, that's pretty much how it goes. Yeah. I would argue.
Yeah. And everyone has different things of what drives them in those ways, like sexually and all of that, you know what I'm saying?
And physical attraction
but just,
and stuff
do you think that we over intellectualize sex?
I think guys do.
Do you think as just humans we over intellectualize sex?
It never used to be, but it has a lot now. I've noticed this a lot.
And do you know what I mean by that? Because if we put if we put ourselves in our animal category, you know, sex is not intellectualized by animals.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? So
not at all.
Some of the things that happen to animals, like an animal could just do what he wants, he'd go over there, and boom, 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 boom. But because we got intelligence as humans, do you think sometimes we over intellectualize sex?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
And do you think that that's what makes it
I wouldn't say. Look, everybody's going to have their own, I don't know what you want to call it, preferences and moral stances on what's right, what's wrong, sexually. But at the same time, it's just a physical act.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Just like a fight.
Yeah.
So
if you take that bit away, what next? And that's what a lot of them don't have, the what next bit.
That's the thing. Do you get what I mean? So,
you know, like why is that such a big part of what is a deal breaker in a lot of relationships? Like, a relationship could go through many things, but with a lot of people, they've allowed sex to be a big deal breaker.
Yeah.
And I think that that's because it's been put on.
I think the biggest deal breaker in most relationships, unbeknownst to people, is communication. So, you know, and when you look at, like I said, relationships today, which was the point, are we just in love with the idea of being in love? And are you just getting that partner? Like, I speak to a lot of women sometimes, and like I said, it sounds like a job description they're looking for. And then I start to talk to women who are in relationships, and it's like the dude just sounds like a cog in something that you're doing. Doesn't sound like what I remember our grandparents having. And do you get what I mean? It just sounds like you're going to Dubai and you need someone to go with. And you need to have been with them for 3 years minimum before you do that. So, do you get what I mean? You know what I mean? Just like dudes who've got like, sorry, I'm going to start getting a bit vulgar. You got dudes who've got like in-house pussy. Do you get what I mean? Just got her in the house, she's there, so if I don't draw nothing, when I come home I can smash. It's like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, Yeah,
it's
it's
technical,
it gets really technical. Do you get what I mean? So
it's what as you get older, you realize it's really what suits people. You know, like
no, yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is, why is the concept of love such an issue? That's my point. Are we just in love with the idea of being in love?
But
love, yeah.
But we should discuss the difference between love and being in love.
Okay. Well, like I said, first things first.
First of all, there's different types. There's different types of love, innit? What's the pinnacle of love?
Well. To be fair, I'm glad you said that. The pinnacle of love is duty. That's the pinnacle.
I agree.
That's the pinnacle of love, duty.
I put it down to unconditional.
Okay.
Because obviously, that's my definition of the pinnacle of love, isn't it? Unconditional, innit? And the way I love my children is love for me. It's love. Unconditional love. No matter what my kids walk in this house and tell me, I still gotta love these kids.
But
I don't know if I could adapt that love to a relationship or a woman per se.
No.
Why not?
Because obviously, it's that unconditional love, innit? It's unconditional. It's I'm going to be real with you, innit? If my woman walks in the house and she's done something which she shouldn't have done, in the sense of obviously which would affect us being together, I might not be this person who's going to... There's conditions to my love. What do you mean there's no unconditional...
Yeah, I heard that.
It's not an unconditional situation. It's never going to be like that with just somebody I've met. Because obviously, if somebody's there with a knife in your back, why are you going to stick to it?
So there's nothing your children could do that wouldn't make you love them?
No, it's impossible, isn't it? That's that core love, innit? Which obviously comes from the duty of how I understand love for my children, innit? That feeling when I first experienced love as a young boy just coming up. My first experience of actually knowing what the feeling of love was my relationship with having children, so that's how I perceive love, innit? Again, obviously it's different types of love, because obviously in a relationship
But see, the thing is, when you say there's different types of love...
Well, there's not really, but...
This is the point.
I said there's a difference between being in love
you're right.
and loving someone.
Well, definitely there is.
The whole in love concept, because I feel like in love is a concept. Love is more than a concept.
Yeah, love's all.
If you understand what I'm saying. Where in love is a concept. See that in? That in that they slide in.
Because love, show love to everyone. The in bit, as you said, is more deep.
Probably just in love with that unconditional pinnacle. That's where the in mostly comes from.
I think I'm starting to think I think in is not real. And I know people are going to be mad at me for saying that, but I'm saying love is real.
Love.
But I don't think the in is real. I think the in is a marketing strategy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's where they give.
So there's a time for you to feel like this. Makes sense.
And then when you get part of that marketing strategy, here's the playlist for you. Here's how this is what music you listen to when you're in love. This is what items that you buy when you're in love. Here's flowers that you buy. Here's chocolates. Teddy bear. Let me show you what you do when you're in love. And if you don't get these things,
I don't need to tell you, because you already know. That's why you wanted to be in love. That's why you was looking for someone to be in love with.
You know.
Can I throw another question?
Yeah, of course.
Loving, what process is it? It's a giving process, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not a receiving process. And never in my life have I felt like I needed to receive love, innit?
That's your character, though.
No, it's not about the character. It's just about what love is, isn't it?
No, I'm saying, but you could.
If you love, you're only an individual, innit? Yeah, you're individual. Cool, we might be able to receive love, and the people do love us, innit?
Yeah.
But that's down to you to give it to me, isn't it?
That's right.
The love what you own.
Yeah.
It's your love, innit?
Yeah.
So it's a giving process. I own my love, innit? I love, innit? Like you said, innit? We love everybody.
Yeah.
And I spend my time giving, innit? The characters around each other, when we're around each other just as people, you know, some people get the better out of you, some people get the worst out of you. So obviously our radar of love, of how much you want to give out today, is down to the people you're around, and the structure, innit? But I do honestly just believe that love is a giving process. So people a lot of obviously men and women, we don't understand that, innit? We don't understand that. We might think we're here to receive something because we're in love. That word again, innit? We're in love.
Yeah.
You don't love me because you don't do this for me or you don't do that for me.
I used to think like that, but as I've got older, I've learnt to know that people can't give the same love you give out.
Yeah, but the love, it's your love.
You know,
it's your love. You own your love. And man can't. I couldn't come and add to your. I can't come and add to your story. I can't come and add to your love.
Yeah.
I could come and give you my love, what I own, because it's my possession, isn't it? But obviously, some people don't even have love in them. So
exactly. Some people are just cold.
So naturally, it's just about what you own in yourself, in your own character, in your own person, and what you're willing to give to somebody, innit? In any time. Do you understand, innit? And that's how I kind of see love and I see it. And it could be in the smallest thing. Don't always feel like, people always turn it into the big fairy tale at the end, innit? And that's where I think the big...
That's the concept.
Yeah,
that's the concept I'm talking about. That's the concept I'm talking about.
That's the in that we're talking about.
That's people's perception and practice again, isn't it? Because people's practice of how people see love. You be in love because I'm going...
Mills and Boone. Disney films.
To your relationship, you lot have known each other for years, as you just let us know. For whatever within that relationship can happen when you have a love for someone, don't even need to discuss it. You don't know where it can go. But it's actually so many foundations of where it can go when it's just a friendship.
Beautiful.
And this is what people don't understand. So when we talk about the friendships hold, like, people will ride out more for their friends
Trust.
than their partners, and sometimes, and then
definitely.
So that's
and then their partner wouldn't understand that.
The friendship is the more trusted shit.
No, but the problem for me is that if you don't have a friendship with the person you're with, then that's where the part of that you can't. You're never gonna understand. It's your girlfriend. Your girlfriend.
But remember, this is the thing. It's all about the concept. Do you see what I mean? So, and also, like with anything in life, what you place importance on. So, like you said, if somebody's your friend, because even for some people they start off as friends and that's all great. But once they start to feel anything for that person, then the boundaries changes and everything changes. And then you're not the person that I was actually friends with anymore. You're now this crazy guy or girl. Do you get what I'm saying? Who's asking me crazy questions at 12 o'clock in the morning? Do you get what I mean? Like,
before everything was just cool before.
You don't remember how I actually am no more.
Now they vex you because you didn't respond.
No. You didn't respond to the message I sent 3 minutes ago.
But before, 3 months wasn't an issue, but now 3 minutes is an issue.
Right, this is the point. Yeah? And I know that you saw it because there's blue ticks. Like, you crazy?
Yeah, oh shit.
You know what I mean? But it was all good just a week ago. It was all good just a week ago. But yeah, it does get like that. So I do believe the concept is what's killing most relationships. And again, it's got so crazy now that it's so personal to the individual. Do you get what I mean? So for example, you've got females, and remember, cut me any time I say anything out of turn, but you got females who have like daddy issues. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying? And they don't understand how it affects them intimately. Yeah. When they're trying to be with a man. Do you know what I mean? And then other ones, they just have daddy issues generally, and they don't respect men. Yes. But they can't see that. Yes. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So your relationship becomes combative. Do you see what I mean? So there's no cooperation. Do you get what I mean? So you constantly feel like you're fighting against something.
Girls always need their dads around. I've never had mine around, so I've had to learn things a lot by myself and things like that. You know? I do see the difference when a girl's grown up with a father and not.
Definitely.
It's culture as well, like, you know, like the let's just say pop culture, you know what I mean, that media culture and all of that stuff, the way it supports that narrative as well. Yeah, with the, you know, they're fucking about a nigga and all these kind of these songs, you know what I mean, 5, 6 figures, like broken bag and all of these shit. Them cultures there, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of helping like the culture to exist. So even if someone didn't grow up without a father, it's gonna be cool for her to little bitch. You can want to do it. It's number one, isn't it? Cause so even if I didn't grow up like that, right now,
that's the thing.
And also you have to remember, it goes back to what I'm saying about the individual choice, because everybody's brought up with the premise that, you know, it's about your choice. It's about what you choose. Do you see what I mean? So what happens then is that they only want to do what they like. Do you see what I mean?
Definitely.
So anytime something becomes
No
a little bit
compromise.
hard or a little bit, anytime a situation doesn't bend to your will, all of a sudden it's like a make or break for the relationship.
that's
Do you see what I mean?
Good point.
Even like the getting to know people phase has become real short. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I've
so
seen that
so there's no
faded.
point in you trying to get to know someone.
And this is where it's all going wrong, because you're
'Cause they're
not
on Tinder,
finding out the
innit?
person first.
Well, you're never going to
You
meet the
know.
person. You're never going to meet the
With
person.
their self no more, mate.
You're going to meet their internet persona, or you're going to meet their, because how do you meet people these days?
it's true.
And if you meet them in public, then again, like I said, then they're going to cut you probably a 5-minute promo if they're lucky.
They ain't got a
Do you get what I
mask
mean? Even if they haven't, let's just say 5-minute max promo. So you're not meeting the person.
on. Promo.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
They're going to cut
it's
you a
like
promo.
Back in the day, like you'd have conversations. These days, no one has conversations. And I'm a person, I like to chat, and I can chat for life. And
logics to have a conversation. So, for instance, if I was driving my car and I like the way you look, if I stopped and said hello, I said one morning I was walking. I was going to my little cousin's house early in the morning. This woman gave me a lovely smile, smiled at me, smiled back at her. I said good morning. It's very beautiful to look at in the morning. She bugged out on me, and I respect cool. She had a reason for bugging out. She said, you don't put me in rare. But obviously, it was just a greeting, innit? It wasn't, I never meant nothing by it, innit? So she took it like that, though, innit? I never meant nothing by it. Well, cool. My logics of it is how do you talk to somebody on the road if you want to meet somebody without them feeling like you're
Offended.
doing the male, because there's a whole logic. So I can't even, I'm a nice person, but I'll say hello to everybody, innit? So I walk down the road. If I'm walking up this road, I catch eye contact with somebody, in order not to have that, what we're looking at argument, or I just say good morning, it's a good flipping morning. What's wrong with saying good morning?
and that's against, I have seen that some women are making it difficult for guys to speak to them, because I'm a person, a guy could approach me and I'm not going to feel no way. I'm not going to like, oh, don't talk to me and I'm like, because you never know. You could be telling you something good or just something. But a lot, stush. At the end of the day, stush. A lot of girls are stush. And I don't know where that's come about all of a sudden. Because I'm not like that.
I would argue.
When I see things like that, it's like, why are you like that for? You know, I'm just easy. And I think that's why a lot of people attract to me, because my vibe is just so free. I'm transparent, they say. And I'm a people person. So
But wouldn't you say that guys are a bit aggressive in their approach? Hence the reason
then when
why
they get
some
that way,
women-
you just put them in their place, as I do.
Okay, cool.
You got to draw that line with me first. If I see you going a certain way, then it's like, okay, then this conversation needs to end. You know, because you know, but give them a chance. Don't cut it off before you've even said anything first.
Yeah, definitely. See what you mean. See what you mean. No, and the only reason why I say that is because a lot of women argue that obviously men are very aggressive and very, in fact, too direct, too blunt. So like a lot of men, because I mean,
The times we're living in now as well.
I would imagine that a lot of women get approached quite often with, I don't know, I suppose if it happens to you often, then it does become like harassment, wouldn't you say? Especially if you don't want the attention, especially if you're just somebody who's not like yourself, who isn't forthright and just able to just say, listen, mate, that's a bit too much, blah, 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 and hold their own and stand there and do that. Some women are a bit like, oh my God, he's following me kind of thing. Hurling abuse.
It's true.
Do you get what I mean?
Like
so,
that,
you know, it's different between, there's a difference between hi, hello, morning, and hey, miss, can I get your number? And yo, girl, you're about to look fat. Yo, come here.
See that? I can't take that.
I know, but what I'm saying is there's young girls who that's their first interaction with somebody trying to talk to them.
But let's reference to the building site, guys. Yeah,
definitely, same thing.
There's some women that walk past them guys to get the reaction. Like,
That
and you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
and
definitely.
there's some people that if they don't get none of that attention, they're feeling hella low. So it's like there's other side to it. Obviously, there's the
Exactly.
extreme side of feeling harassed, but the
Yeah,
side where they feel.
Well, you can't. All right, you can't even say feeling harassed. Like I said, you may have a young girl. Do you get what I mean? And she may look older. Like a lot of these girls now, they wear makeup and they got their hair
And they
nails
got
done and all
shape,
this. Right. Well, you see what I'm saying. So I wasn't even going there, but yeah, if you add that to it, yeah. But I was just saying, like even the way they dress and whatever, you would think they're older than what they are.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So, like I said, like you could have a girl who's younger than maybe what the guy even thinks she is. Do you know what I mean? He might be hollering her, but like I say, that's her first interaction with a man trying to approach her. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, maybe a lot of these women, even though they are stush,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I'm definitely agreeing with you there.
Yeah.
But some men's approach,
Some men just
might
need to
hurt.
fix up their approach. Though, as
this is
well.
what I mean. That's my point.
Yeah.
So for guys like us who may be very respectful, there's like 10 other guys who are hurling abuse outside of a bookies. do you get what I'm saying?
That's why they're
So,
outside the bookies.
I have to. Do you know what I mean? Because
I still wouldn't
you get what I
drive
mean?
past. I mean, in my head, I might say, I see something I like and think, oh, she's beautiful. But I wouldn't whine out my window, you're beautiful and all that. Not because, do you understand, innit?
yeah.
It's just respect anyway. But naturally, how do you talk to people just in passing? Normally, you meet people through people. And you have to
Or
have
somewhere like
a
at a
chance
club
to
or
have a
something.
conversation. Like you're there, basically. But it's hard to actually talk on the roads unless it's
It's
summer
a tough one.
and
Yeah.
everyone comes out naked. You know, like, yeah, right, this is what we're coming out. I'm walking shop. How many times have you been shot today? I've been shot 10 times.
and then you
because that's what happens
and then you meet people in clubs and bars and all these places where you don't actually get to meet the person
Of
again.
course, it's impossible.
Do you see what I mean? So really, you're just so you see. Going back to my point, so we all have arrangements of convenience these days, for the most part. Do you get what I mean? No, we're not talking about the people who are in loving relationships, because there are loads of them and respect to those people. Do you see what I mean? We're not talking about that. I'm talking about the majority of single people these days. They kind of just have arrangements of convenience.
And do you feel like it's because we felt like we watched a certain thing growing up and decided that didn't work?
There's many reasons. I don't think so much that we watched it and you think it didn't work. I just think that we don't believe it's possible to have that now.
Yeah.
I think people are running into relationships with too much of everything. Like, for instance, when you're young, people have a relationship with the whole idea and the dream for the end of this. Back to the what's the
Concept.
The concept.
Yeah.
So powerfully in people's heads. From a kid, when a little girl gets falls in love or boy,
exactly.
that relationship idea. Like my first relationship, we bought a house at 23. She thought it was at the end of the road, bro. We was done. I was going to be in this house and locked up in this yard with her for the rest of her life, and that's what she was happy in. I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
My life hasn't even started, never even begun yet. So forget about the things people do together. Sometimes people rush the idea. And then they're trying to get to the end of the idea before
you haven't really fully grown properly, and then that's when you fall.
Talking about friendship, companionship, all of these shit that you need to learn how to mold and get on, either be a passenger on the boat or be involved in.
And even just growing together,
That's
because for example, like you find a lot of, and I have to say, a lot of men, do you know what I mean, kind of get into a rut, do you get what I mean, get into a kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, routine. Do you get what I mean? And obviously women are constantly evolving, just generally, do you see what I mean? Especially within a relationship, do you get what I mean? So it's like, within that, that's where most of the time the communication is key. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I said before, communication is usually the real breaker. Do you get what I mean? Because sometimes the problem isn't even as deep as what it ends up being. But because the communication isn't there, then you can't deal with it in real time. So it goes on and on and on and go down and further down the line, and then it becomes something other than what it was initially. You see what I mean? So
it takes, like, again, understanding, because you know, like you say, when you understand that communication with someone, and you have a friendship with them, you understand them. Because like a lot of people have expectations, and again, I'll highlight keyword expectation with being another thing that ruins a lot of things. And their expectations are based upon maybe themselves. It's either based upon themselves, something they've seen, or something they've wanted. And so it's like they never even allowed themselves to learn who they was with, and learn how that person is when they got their little ups and downs. Those things are very important. It's like people don't really want to learn that part about the people. They rather just learn. They just want the good times,
the surface.
And they feel like if they've gone to someone's house and that person painted a good picture for them that day. That can even ruin relationships based on someone just going to someone's house for one day and thinking that look how they are to each other. Look how she deals with it.
Well, even just think about it like this, most guys, their missus doesn't even know them. They've hidden who they are from their missus the whole time they were with her. And if she ever really knew who he was, she'd probably leave him. Because like you said, they never had the chance to get to know each other on that level, because he met her a certain way. He hid who he was from her because of how he met her, and you can never know that.
If as an individual, if you use your own personal self and you're not being honest to yourself, that's what that is.
No, but I just mean, all right, let me just give you an example,
You're not being honest.
Let me just give you an example. You got guys who love porn, but their missus doesn't know that they love porn.
Why should you hide that though?
And that's my point. But that's my point though. Do you get what I mean? So then she doesn't know you.
No, but I get that.
When she
I get that's somebody. It could be somebody's action, but that's him lying to himself. A lie is just a lie to yourself. If you're gonna not,
that's true.
And if you're not comfortable enough to let your partner, it's a closeness, togetherness. This is what we're all missing out. People need to learn how to together.
Exactly.
You know how to individual. This is why people keep certain things. Like, you can come in now, backside, this is me. This is how she is, I let a girl in. Now, it might take time for me to just open up this whole rucksack, because as we know, our practice is like, well, why are we going to just show how much bad and failed practices we've seen already up to today, hence why I would be single at the time of meeting somebody new. So you're not going to just open up your rucksack and say, look in
You take time.
You slowly learn how to meet somebody, and you're trying to open up this rucksack slowly. And in that structure, you might not want to say, fucking hell, I like porn, fucking hell, I've got a bigger relationship with my porn than you, because obviously... This is how I was having sex anyway.
But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this: is if you like Bukakis, she needs to know that. That's something she needs to know. Do you get what I'm saying? If you like, but you're missing my point. What I'm saying is what happens is that
you can't hide in a relationship. You know that, innit? So if you're gonna
eventually it will crack and it will come out.
We know that. But what we're talking about is for the majority, not the minority. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who met their partner and maybe did tell a white lie. Do you get what I mean? You know, most people want people to like them. Most people want people to like them.
That's the first thing.
Long and the short of it, when you meet someone you like or attracted to or whatever, you want them to like you.
You don't tell them you're negative.
So, exactly my point. Exactly my point. Just like you don't go to a job interview and say, you know what, I have a real issue getting up in the morning. Do you get what I mean? You know?
I've got a good question for you.
Go on, bro.
Are lies a necessary evil in relationships?
But that's my point, which is what I was. If you just let me finish, that's the point I was getting to. Is that
you know I got
everybody? But everybody has secrets, so everybody has to tell a lie at some stage within their relationship.
Of course, but this is the same question from what?
No, the whole there's an
narrative.
If you're honest in your
that's what I'm saying. I'm bringing it back.
No, do you understand what I'm saying?
Fully. That's what I'm saying. Cool. So we're bringing it back to the necessary evils.
Yeah, of course.
So like now in relationships, I'm asking you, like for a good relationship, are lies a necessary evil?
For a good relationship, are lies a necessary evil? There's
some things you gotta
there's
hold
lying.
back.
There's
Yeah.
lying.
Some things
there's
you
lying.
gotta hold back because you don't know if they're telling you.
Well,
them everything.
there's lying and there's withholding information.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, thank you. I love it.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's the one I was looking for.
So if you don't ask the right questions and I
You ain't
didn't
gonna
say
know.
something, then I didn't lie.
But what about even?
I may have withheld some information that you was not aware of. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Okay, but
I didn't lie to
Be
you
honest,
because you
be
didn't
honest,
ask me that.
if
Do you
I
get what I'm
said to
saying?
you-
But if you ask me and I don't tell you, then yeah, I lied. And is that necessary
Yes.
to have a good relationship?
Yeah.
It may be depending on your
not-
relationship.
it might not even be deep
It
things.
may be.
Yeah, yeah, there's gotta be
I know that's
something
not. That's my
minor.
point. That's
Yeah.
my point. It may be depending on your relationship. It may be.
yeah.
Let's just use the does my bum look big in this scenario?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a little white lie.
Yeah, is it necessary?
But it's a lie nonetheless. If it makes her happy,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
then yeah, it's necessary.
Yeah, there you go.
If at that moment she wants to hear, no, babe, don't be silly. If that's what, then yes, and you say it with conviction. Do you get what I'm saying? And make her feel like until she can go back in the room and go like, and you can feel and you go about your business and have a nice day.
Don't do me
Do you know
like
what I
that
mean?
though. If it looks wrong, tell me it looked wrong. Because if something looks wrong,
But you see, that's why I said it depends on your. Whoa. But that's why I said it depends on your relationship.
Okay, but
because let me tell you why. Because somebody within that scenario who may need to do that, if that's what it and they want to live that, that's great.
Definitely.
But some people,
it's honesty.
Some people, their missus wouldn't even ask them that.
Okay, cool. But it's honesty. Being 100% honest, good for anyone.
Again, depends on your relationship.
No, just good.
Depends on your
Depends
relationship.
how they can take it.
No, it depends on your relationship.
Just
It
come in
depends
the
on your
house, I fucked out last night.
Again, no. It depends on your relationship because you. Again, you're being flippant with that. Like,
What did
let's
you
be
say?
honest.
What did you say?
If you just walk in and say, "Oh yeah, I fucked out last night," that's like, do you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Clean my boxes.
but I'm not saying there ain't people who ain't done that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, that is a bit. You know what I'm
What if you
saying?
needed to lie, a real lie? So a lie what you're keeping to your bloody self for the rest of your life. So for instance, you've not saying that anybody is or anybody. This is just for production use only. Said actually, if you're a murderer, you've murdered somebody, and your missus says, "Have you killed someone before?" Because she knows you're a bit of a rough guy. You're just gonna tell her no, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep that lie to yourself, innit? It's a real lie. It's a real lie.
Yeah.
You need to lie.
That's what I'm saying. Certain
What you
things
like,
you know you have to
yeah,
keep
you-
for
this
yourself
lie,
because that's
yeah,
going with you
yeah.
down
Yeah,
6
yeah,
foot under.
that's what
Certain
I'm saying,
things
that's
ain't
what I'm
coming
saying.
out.
This
That's what I'm
girl,
saying.
would you break that lie for this girl? It's nothing to do with her. This lie, a lie. If you're gonna
That was
give it
before
to
her time as well. It's like,
that's just depending on that person's moral code, innit? Because some people get to a stage where they feel like they need to tell.
Then you might as well
Do you get what I
go
mean?
to the station
No,
and
but
tell them.
that's my point,
Right now,
innit?
like,
Some people
start
do.
to
Some people do though. Some people do.
Yeah, but that's it. That's better that. You tell your wife first, then go down the station.
Yeah, but some people do. Some people do, man. But
Bye.
you know what I mean?
You know what I mean, mate? Like, what the hell? No, of course not. Have you done that before? No. You asked me have I done that before. I'm saying no. Especially if I'm not going to get it again because I've done it already.
Yeah.
So this lie is what
So-
people live in to make everything fun and cool. But there's not. Like I'm talking like strong lies, which obviously affect somebody's mental and how they see you. I don't think that's something which I would promote in relationships.
Yeah.
But the reason I said it was because there's sometimes, like I say, you're going to the pub after work, but you're
No,
I'm not saying, I'm just giving you an example. But you're like, oh, I'm on my way. Like this, and those
Yeah,
things,
I'm with Steve now.
With
Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
now.
yeah. But I'm at the pub. Yeah, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It kind of keeps things going.
Yeah, of course, you need
Yeah.
that little bit. It's
That's why I was
fun,
saying
it's a
that
little
I
bit
like
energy.
it's needed because I feel like
Especially if you got a
sometimes.
mole now, then
No, like, it's not
about
bad.
real life,
Yeah.
whatever
But again, that's what I'm saying. It depends on your relationship because in reality, should you even need to tell somebody? No. Let me.
Yeah.
Should you even really need to tell somebody you're with Steve if you're at the pub?
I get what you mean, but I'm saying sometimes the dynamic, the dynamic of characters is what makes a relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
So sometimes the maybe the guy's got a woman that's like even the most tuggy guys have got women that are dominant as well, and they respect their woman. Anyone that can say it's their woman.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's more of a respect thing than anything. So it's like it's not you're not lying because you're disrespecting. You're lying out of respect.
Some guys would say that about cheating.
Yeah, sometimes you do it out of respect.
Some guys would say that.
Let's not say that.
You know what I'm saying? Some guys would say that about cheating.
But why not?
It's out of respect, man.
Let's
I don't want to disrespect you.
Yeah.
Well,
Go on, about cheating. Go on, let's go. Let's go. She didn't like that one.
No, in the terms that I just used it. That's why she said don't go there. That's what I'm saying. In the terms that I just used it.
If they're gonna do that, and would they like I do that back to them?
No, wait,
but are you're not a man.
Mentally scarred.
So the things that how you're going to be affected
it's
going to be totally different to me.
Yeah.
You know that?
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, hold on. Both of you talking at the same time. Sorry?
A woman shouldn't cheat on a
It should
man.
be the same on both.
And yeah, it shouldn't.
No, it
but
shouldn't.
I'm saying mentally, for a man, the breakdown for what happens after a woman cheats on a man, don't expect the same reaction. So for instance, women have got a backbone, but might have to stay with this guy after they cheat.
But away from that, just biologically, women having sex with multiple people, will affect them more than it will affect a man.
Yeah, because they're not built that
Spiritually,
kind of way.
mentally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Guys, sorry.
Yeah.
Spiritually, mentally.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to affect a woman more than it's going to affect a man.
Oh, what? Just numerous partners? You mean?
Yeah, just numerous
Okay.
partners.
Oh, cheating generally.
Cheating, numerous
yeah.
partners. Just like again, like a man, if a man sleeps with a woman and the woman's being disrespectful, like after they slept with him, a man can just be like, right, she's mad or whatever. But he can just palm it off in his head. But
most guys don't though.
I'm just saying.
Most guys don't. Most guys don't take women cheating on them very well.
They don't.
No,
And I think.
I wasn't saying
sorry,
that. I was saying. Let me finish my
Yeah,
point.
go,
My point
go,
was
go.
just that if a man gets disrespected by a woman he just slept with, it's not going to affect him as much as it's going to affect a woman that gets disrespected by a man.
Yeah, because the women are a bit more emotional
that's
with
what I'm
things
saying.
like that.
Definitely.
That's the
No,
point I was trying to-
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
It's like
definitely.
when if a woman she sleeps with someone and he starts being rude to her and the way she will take it is totally different because she knows she's just giving her body to him.
Yeah.
When if a girl starts being rude, if a girl starts being rude after you're like. But next couple of hours you've forgotten about it.
It's the
Do you
same.
understand
Men
what
and
I'm saying?
women built differently mentally that way.
Then mentally,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of part where people don't discuss. It's not just about where we're equal. No, we're not equal. We're not equal biologically. So we're equal in terms of we're both able.
Yeah.
That's the way that.
But it's how it affects you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also,
The fallout from it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also,
Yeah,
Will agree
but-
that as a man.
But again, these days, I don't know. I'm not a woman, but I would argue it's looking a bit different. I think there's a lot of men who. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, let me rephrase that. There's a lot of males who are carrying some feminine traits. Like
But I've always said men are more emotional than women. They're just not
Especially
in
these
tune
days,
with
like
their self, their
Yeah.
emotional intelligence.
That's right.
Because I'm a person I observe a lot, and probably because of my job as well, I'm very observant, and I'm always around guys. I'm more tomboyish, and I see things. I'm like, guys, you're really emotional more than women, But it's just that we as women know how to handle it more than men. Men will just more close it in and shelter it in and deal with it.
But that's when you get an emotional man. When you get an emotional man, you will see that you're less emotional. But when you have a man that's not that emotional, you lot are.
No, but he shows he thinks he's not, but he does it in other ways.
No, but it's just more of an energy thing. Like, 'cause there's some men that are not really that emotionally driven.
Yeah. I was gonna
You know
say, yeah. But you see, those guys, like I say, are becoming fewer and fewer and fewer. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Definitely.
So, like I said, if we're generalizing, which we hate to do, but we have to do.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, there are a lot of guys showing some real feminine traits.
100% these days, cuz.
Do you get what I mean?
That's what I'm saying to you. Like,
So I'll give you an example. So for example, you'll meet a woman and she'll say stuff to you, and you'll realize that everything she's saying to you is based on the kind of guys she's been used to meeting, basically. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean? And it's not even so much that you're disrespected by the things she's saying, but it's just like but you basically what I'm saying is you meet so many of these guys, you just assumed I was one as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, that's how often you meet these type of guys. Do you get what I mean? Is that you actually assumed straight away, instantaneously, that you must be one as well.
That's not fair though.
But again, like I say, it's the same way men will meet a woman and start talking to her and certain ways, and she'll be like, "Oh, why are you talking to me like that?" Because
Yeah,
he's
I've
used
had
to
that.
meeting a lot of hoes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they
Yeah,
try and
yeah,
think,
yeah.
and he
you're
meets
that
them
way, and
everywhere
like,
all the time.
Yeah.
So it's nothing.
So we live in our practices, isn't it? So
And that's why I'm saying to you, if we are those people living those practices, are we just in love with the idea of being in love? Because all those single people who are living them practices always talk about this partner that they're looking for that's so amazing and perfect, that's going to make them settle down and get married, which is the point of what I'm saying.
I think are we the idea in itself is what is, because I don't feel like everyone has a different idea of love, because some people think someone hitting them is love.
Yeah.
So some people think, you know what I mean,
Love
there's different ideas of love. So it's like when we talk about the idea of the concept of love that's sold to us, yeah, like that concept, I feel like reason why it messed people up, because it didn't come with no downfalls.
Yeah.
So when you live a concept that don't come with no downfalls, and you're still you're waiting for that moment to say, "Oh, you cheated on me." It's like it's almost like it's part of this game.
Like I say,
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
when it's like part of
definitely.
this game, if it's a part of a game construct,
See,
then you're not gonna really find something that lasts.
the quote unquote downfall, if you want to look at it like that, was the duty side,
okay.
because that's the side most people don't sign up for. The lust bit's great. The love bit's great, if you want to call it that. Do you get what I mean? You know what I mean? The belonging, the everything, all of that's lovely. Do you get what I mean? Even the having kids. Do you get what I mean? But the duty part is the bit that usually, do you get what I mean?
That's the signature on the marriage certificate.
Because that's the bit that usually breaks
That's why you
rules.
don't see a lot of
Yeah.
people married.
What did you
innit?
say duty is as well, Agent
Hmm?
X?
Okay, so you said before that you have unconditional love for your children, and I challenged that. The reason why I challenged that is because I didn't get to finish that, but I'm going to make it the point now, is because you could have unconditional love for your children from a jail cell, but you're not in one. I mean, there's other forces at
So what
play
you
as
mean-
well
what
for
you're trying
that,
to say,
but
like you feel
you know
like
what I
you're in
mean?
jail?
No. Let
Oh.
me finish. What I'm saying is you could have unconditional love for your children from anywhere and not be in their life, is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Do you get it? But you're here in their life. And you know why? Because you have a duty to them. Now you've created them.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you get it? So that is, like I said, that is the height of love.
But saying that, some people unfortunately ended up in a jail cell trying to fulfill that
Or not,
duty.
yeah.
No, they didn't.
Or not,
No,
yeah.
they didn't.
Some people
No?
die.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Some
Okay.
kids will
No, they didn't.
be right,
A lot of people end up in jail cells because they feel like there is no other way for them to do what they need to do for their children. Do you get what I'm saying?
But I'm saying there's some people that had, you know, like I always go about intention. You know, like your intention. In life, we none of us are perfect.
Yeah, of course.
So
That's-
and,
yes.
and some of us we're just here by the grace of God.
Exactly, which is
All
why
glory to God.
I said when I said.
But that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
But some,
yeah.
for whatever reason, some people didn't get that certain graces. They might not have even been a full-time criminal. He might have just the food weren't in the
Bad
house
luck,
that
man.
day,
Yeah,
man.
wrong place, wrong
and he
time
went
as
up
well.
that day,
You
and
see
he
someone
got
get
bagged for that day.
Yeah.
There's someone that did that. Like he just went to
Yeah.
steal food furthermore.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
He might not even gone to go and steal nothing to give himself no nice clothes and put the vanity on it. He might just went out there. That was his circumstance that day. But was he going to watch his kids starve, or was he going to go out there and just try and do something?
Yeah, so he went out.
To me, that's still someone that put.
who went out to do their duty,
Duty.
basically. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they might be in a situation.
And that's what I said.
You know what I mean?
That's somebody who went out to do what they thought they had to do
Yeah.
for their children.
Yeah.
What can I say to that?
You know what I'm saying to you?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like me saying to you how you get your money. I can't say that to you.
No,
that's
of
for
course.
everybody else
No, of
and
course,
their
of course.
moral standings. You get what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not going to then tell you how to get your money. That makes no sense.
No, 100%,
Do you get what I mean? You
100%.
got to eat, isn't it? You got to pay your rent.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
how you
yeah.
do your thing, it's not
how
for
you
me
do
to
your
judge.
thing.
No.
Do you get what I mean?
No,
But at the same time, like I say,
Duties are part.
once you get to a point of love for something, then you always need to be there for it, which was the point I was making. Do you get what I mean? You feel that because remember, to do your duty, you need to be there.
It's basically the same.
You get what I mean?
Like a dog's
So-
not for Christmas. It's not
Yeah.
like
No,
And
I just-
all right, what I'm saying to you is this. What I'm saying to you is this, yeah.
I know,
We don't live on a one line of life.
Right, what I'm saying to you
Yeah,
is,
that's
what I'm
it.
saying to you is, I like you, I love you, we get married, we have the kids, the picket fence. right, okay, that's it. We've done the holidays, we've done the this, that. Right, okay, cool. What's next now?
I'm not done doing that.
No, but I'm just saying, what's next
Yeah,
now?
there's so much more in it.
Yeah,
Much more.
No, you're missing the point. What I'm saying.
No,
to you.
I'm hearing your
I'm just
point.
giving you a general.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
point.
Like, I'm just
But
saying to you, like, what's
that's
next?
the shallow,
What's next?
one-minded way.
Yeah,
Like,
no, of course it is.
My
but
reality,
what I'm saying to you
loads
is,
to do.
what I'm saying to you is, what's next? Beyond that point, you have duty. You have a duty to that person. You have a duty to your children. You have a duty. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
have a duty to yourself.
Okay, and that right. I'm glad you said that. Okay, cool. Because what then happens is you get into the, like I said, some men get into a routine. The women evolve, yada yada yada. So then what happens is you say you have a duty to yourself, right? Because I'm not happy. I'm not happy now.
Why are you not happy?
Do you know why I'm not happy? Because we do the same thing all the time.
Well, that's why you gotta come with some new ideas.
And that's all cool. But here my point to you. I'm not happy. And I'm not happy, and I've met somebody at work, yeah, who makes me laugh, yeah, you never make me laugh, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying, yeah? And then what happens now? No, but
and then the thing is, why didn't they make you laugh?
Remember, now, the children are of an age where it'll be a bit easier, right? Yeah. And I've got to make decisions for myself, you know, for my happiness, you know, because I've got a duty to myself, right?
Yeah, because your mental health.
Yeah, not the situation I created. No, okay, I got a duty to myself. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
This is where half of the mental health comes from, bro. People think that they forget that they have a duty to themselves, and they keep putting it into these relationships with this pretty idea.
And this is saying you need the balance.
Pretty idea of what is it, king and queen or princess and prince, and the flipping kiss and wake up. I don't know what people are doing, but people ain't even working on their self that allow their self to give this love what they're claiming they have,
and that's what it
they
was.
know about, or. You know, it's all about self. You get to yourself with it. Then
emotional intelligence. I said it from the beginning.
So
that's what it is.
You know, like we can't keep from the beginning.
Yeah.
People stop working on themselves and they start getting into these relationships. That's the first thing someone does. Yeah, I've got a girlfriend. 16 years old, you got a girlfriend.
Yeah. But you have to remember because they're sold on the us and the we.
No, but that's my whole point. We've got a whole storyline which we've already practiced and thought this is how it's meant to be.
The us and the we.
And now we're getting about understanding it because we're older. I'm older and I'm single. What the hell? Every day that I'm handsome, you're this guy, and I'm single because I'm learning myself.
Like I said, with the whole single and you know, not letting someone enter until I'm fully rah rah rah. That's my whole point, man. I hear people saying it all the time, man. Listen. You're not gonna meet somebody when you fully. I mean, we sometimes we talk like we Bruce Leroy. This is for the old heads, man. Them who know. I mean, sometimes we talk like Bruce Leroy, and we're gonna meet that person when we get the glow. Motherfucker, there is no glow. There is no glow. Do you get what I'm saying? It was just a scroll in it's nothing.
People
do you get what I'm saying?
Instant meal.
They were just looking for this thing. Like I said, this concept of this thing that when I get to this thing, I'm going to morph into Super Saiyan and then I'll meet this person. Mate, you're going to meet someone, and when you meet that someone's going to be willing to work with you,
you know,
as you are, in the hope that what they can see in you will be what. Do you get what I mean? Because there's
a lot of them that get scared of that because it's like they want this, they want that woman that can do this and that. They get it, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, hold on, do I really want this? And then they back off it, because I've had that.
What's your experience with being a powerful woman, like being a woman that knows what she wants?
I feel that guys get intimidated, and like, I don't know why, you know, but then a guy explained to me it's because I've got it so clued together, and they find certain things that I do intimidating. I said, but they shouldn't, like, just put it together and we're just powerful together. Don't think because I can do this or I'm independent or do a lot of stuff by myself. Don't let that threaten you. You should be like bouncing off that, like let's do this. But a lot of them get scared of that, and I'm finding it's more
when you're superhuman, it's hard to find another superhuman.
It doesn't need to be. I can make that person superhuman, or you can make yourself superhuman.
Which was the point I was talking about, which was the building part, which is what a lot of people don't like to do. They don't want to do
that too. They don't like the building.
No, they don't want to do. Like you
That's
said,
why so
the
they get
intimidation.
scared. It's like they get closer to it. It's like, oh, actually, no, I don't like that. No, I want to be this
They want
where
instant
I can
milk.
do what I want, and yeah, I don't like that. But they want it, but it's there. But it's
Saying what you say.
No, but they want it, but to have it, they'd have to open up.
Yeah.
And be vulnerable.
That too.
And dudes don't want to be vulnerable to a woman. I can tell you that right now.
Be vulnerable, and if things have happened. Look. Everybody's willing to do something for the first time. That's the first thing in relationships, anyway. So you might get a relationship, and once bitten, twice shy. In it. So if a man walks and he tripped over there, why is he going to walk over the same way out? That's a lot of men's logic. We think we like that. That's how we think.
But that's what they need to stop doing that, because sometimes you find a woman that you'll be in tune with, you just bounce off each other, but you're still thinking of that what happened past. And that's what I said. That I know a guy like that. I said, look, what happened to you in your past? Why you're like this? Something must have really bad happened to you. Why you can't allow yourself to open up, especially when you can tell the woman is for you 100% and like truthful and down for you.
Do you think that we even look who we're trying to get with, or do you think we get with people based on convenience?
So again, sorry, I didn't have the first
Do you
bit.
think that we actually look at people that we're getting with, or do you think that we get with people based on convenience?
Now I say sometimes it's convenience. Before, it used to be like, now it's getting a bit more of convenience. It's like
a bit more of convenience. It's convenience. Like I said to you before, it's arrangements of convenience.
Back in the 90s.
But you think that's because
of arrangements of convenience.
The woman is too.
But because half of the ways,
that's what I said to you.
But even
it's
the way
men and women. It's not one-sided. It's men and women.
Both.
The general experience,
men and women.
The general experience that you've had, and the general experience that maybe, like I said, like you were saying from earlier, that the people have, sometimes just based on our circles and the people that we're around. Because like, imagine that for whatever opportunity we get, maybe it's a house party or someone's birthday or something, you actually meet someone that you're like, oh, this person's interesting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's an example. It always takes you that little bit to just step out of your circle, and it might be through your circle that you step out of your circle.
And that's a good point there as well, because sometimes you get into certain scenes, it's like, nah, this ain't my scene. I need to go out the scene.
That's what I
and it's to get that out of the scene.
In terms of you can enjoy your scene, but in terms of who someone you want might be totally
totally to the left. Definitely. But again, with that said, are we even open to it? With all of the things that we put in place to keep ourselves safe,
to protect ourselves,
right? To keep
that's why I really, you see this. We put a lot of structure in place to protect ourselves because look, this is a powerful. We've only got one story out here.
It's true. I only got one heart, you know.
Well, we have one of them.
Yeah.
And obviously, I just feel like you need to, and growing is a big part in it. And obviously, our intelligence and learning and how we learn things and how we understand our learning. So. I understand how I'm understanding, but obviously I get to a point in my life where I'm done with people. Obviously I know there's a level of growth, togetherness needs to happen. I'm willing to put a certain amount on the table. It's very hard normally for people because of our practice again. Just like I've got a lot of women friends, and a lot of them, why don't you like my man?
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, he's just too good for me, G. Do you mean he's too good for me?
Yeah, well,
exactly.
Yeah.
You hear that? He's doing all the right things. This guy is just, So people kind of yearn toxicness, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
I don't get it.
Because it's practice, babe. It's just practice what everybody uses.
Okay, you say you don't like certain amount of toxicness.
No. It's just a date. What's the point?
No, what you don't like, would you go with a deacon?
Say that again? A deacon from the adulthood. No,
Listen, you gotta have a little bit of gangster in you, but come on,
don't lie to me. Exactly, you was about this. You was about
what you like. That might be your preference.
No, but I'm saying like most women that again, it's just we'll go back to being animals. Yeah, they don't want
somebody
the weaker animal.
That's it. Why? Who does want that? As a woman don't want a weak man. A man don't want a weak woman. This is why when I
some men do want a weak woman.
But some of the things they want.
Some men do want a weak woman.
They do.
Men want a weak woman, but they don't want a weak woman.
No. Some men want a weak woman. Some men want a woman they can tell her anything, bro.
Exactly.
Like literally.
But you could know that with certain women, like even when they say there's a certain level of gangster, they understand what gangster is. Whereas certain girls, the thing that
when women say gangster, like for example, like they don't even really mean that.
Exactly.
Because words are used out of context.
That's
what woman really means is she likes to feel like you're a man. Not even so much even protected. Just
that you're a man, you can stand up to certain things.
See. No. I'll just break it down. There you got testicles. Yeah. It's real simple. There you got testosterone, innit? Yeah. That's all she wants to see. She just wants to see you got a little something in you. She don't even want to see you fight. Some women don't even want to see you fight. They don't want nothing.
I don't want that kind of thing.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say. So when you're saying gangster, you don't want a gangster. Because this is what you're saying. You don't even want to see. No, I don't want that kind of thing. What do you mean? But that's what gangsters do. Yeah. Man's gonna turn over a table. There's gonna bust 2 shots. This is gonna be horrible around here with gangsters. But look, you're saying gangster, but you're saying you don't want to see them fight. So you don't want no gangster. But what you want to see is,
she wants to be chucked
if somebody was, if somebody jumped in the queue, if somebody jumped in the queue at KFC, she'd want to see that you go, what are you doing, mate? Now we was in front of you, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's what she means. You're gonna stand up and but also just basically
I would
be a man.
I would say that myself anyway.
No, but that's
back me up.
That's why I said. That's why I said. Sometimes it's not even protect you.
It's a bit of toxicness as well, isn't it, mate? Like they do want a bit of toxicness.
No. Like I said, you know me. I'll tell you straight. Everybody wants a bit of toxicness. So that's why you didn't ask me that question, because it would be a simple answer. But what I'm trying to say to you is that separate from even what I'm saying. I'm talking about the nature side of it. I'm talking about the nature side of it, which is what you was talking about.
Well, I'm thinking I never want to say.
No,
say.
No. But I'm saying to you, like, I'm talking about the nature side of it. So, like, basically,
this is what it is. Like, let her say what you
say. You might as well say it. Then. You might as well say it. There's the draw out. Like the draw out in your hair. You said it. You got to say it. You got to say it. Now I had to say it. You got to say it.
Right, you're saying toxic, but I won't call it toxic. But you know, you got the kind of like the freaky thing. It's like you got that kind of thing. And how's that toxic?
I don't mind being toxic. I'm saying I'm toxic. I know I got a bit of toxicness when it comes to me. Like, you have to be a bit toxic in relationships, or you're gonna be a doormat.
Sexual preferences is towards toxicness.
No, you have
toxic is a whole different level.
But you see, no. You see, this is foolishness. And you know why I say this is foolishness? Because this is what people do all the time. This is what people do all the time. Yeah, they want to open Pandora's box.
Yes.
But they want to debate about how far you should open the box. Foolishness.
It's a recipe.
No, stop.
You can't put too much of anything in the bowl. You just gotta put 2 teaspoons.
Can I say something? Is that right? Yeah, cool. Alright, cool. So what I'm saying to you is real simple, bro. I'm saying to you, you're saying people are freaks. Alright, cool. That's no problem.
Just saying toxic ain't nothing to do with the same.
You're saying it's not toxic. That's cool. I heard all that. What I'm saying to you is this, yeah. It's not toxic, cool. And you're saying, you know, the little freaky thing over it. I hear all that. That's cool, yeah. It's not toxic. But what I'm saying to you is once we start talking about freak, then, like, I'm assuming we're gonna do the freak thing, right?
No.
There's no limitation on the freak, is there? Right, you see.
But there will be limitations because some people are willing to do certain things.
No, but you see, stop.
We're fake freaks.
You know, let me just finish.
In UK terms.
See what I'm saying? I'm saying to you very simply is that if you're talking about freaking, then let's freak, then, innit? That's what I'm saying. But what you're gonna find is people like to put the limitation on the freak. So for example, yeah. Oh yeah, I want a hoe in the bed and whatever it is in the street or whatever, however the saying goes. Yeah, all right, cool. But then once you start freaking, then it's like, oh right, but yeah, you only freak with me and only this much and all the rest of it. Like I'm saying to you now, yeah, you say you want a bit of freaking with a dude or whatever. That's cool. Yeah. But then, like you said, you're gonna put limitations on the freakiness.
Yes.
And that to me is a nonsense.
Why?
Because we're freaking.
Is that your level of freak?
No. I'm just saying. It's not about my level. I'm just saying that it's about you can't do that, innit? That's mad. I'm not going to put out people's business, but I had this conversation literally the other day.
Why can't you be levels of freak though?
Yeah.
Of course there can be levels of freak.
I didn't say there isn't. I'm saying once you introduce freaking into the situation, you don't know. That's you assuming on the person's level of freak.
And I understand
so you might introduce that person to freaking, and that person might be a level above you in freaking, and now you upset with the person because they want to freak.
I'm not that, yeah. 'Cause I'm not a freak.
Talking about.
I'm not a freak.
Talking about. And now you want to tell me about, oh no, wait, I only want this much freaking, you want to do this much freak.
She got a finger in your
Only
ass.
freak with me. Why do you want to freak with them as well?
Take your finger out, man.
Thought we was freaking. Thought we wanted to be freaky. What's going on, man?
It's the language.
But there's levels,
Let's go
yeah.
back to language.
Well, if there's levels, then you got to set that. And this is what I'm saying. We can't be doing that. So we're going to have butt naked meetings with pens like, so the freakiness will only be level 7 tonight.
Hold on a second. You have sex, yeah?
I've got a daughter, yeah, that's correct.
So even though I can imagine he's restricted in it. No. Take your clothes off. Don't touch me yet.
That's right.
I know how I want this to happen.
Stand over there. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly, turn around and say cool. Put a tracksuit on, my friend's coming around. I'm joking. But no, seriously.
No, but my thing is, yourself has a level of freak.
No. Listen, it's not about yourself or themselves. What I'm saying to you is this, yeah?
Yeah, he's broke.
If you're in, I know G already clocked it. I'm saying to you very simply, yeah?
No, I get what you mean. Like,
I know you get one. Let me just finish.
You can't tell people how freaky you are.
No, let me just finish. I'm saying to you, if you're in a loving relationship with somebody, yeah, then obviously your sexual exploits within that loving relationship is within your loving relationship, and that never really needs to be discussed to that degree.
Yeah.
If it does, then I would argue that then there's something kind of not. Yeah, do you get what I mean? Because remember, before you enter it,
Comfortability. Sex is all about comfortability, isn't it?
and this
Yeah.
is my point.
It's about two people being comfortable with each other enough to
And
do
that
everything
comfortability-
what they're comfortable doing.
Right. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you is,
Yeah.
that if we're in a bedroom and I have to ask you to do something, then you probably don't want to do it.
That's it. Because you know that.
It's real simple, right?
Simple.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if you, do you get what I mean? So
You learn-
if
you
you're
learn-
having
you
sex
learn
with somebody, you
about
learn
it.
someone's rhythm, you learn you know what they like, you know what they don't like. If you touch them somewhere and they flinch, then they probably didn't like that. You have to go back 3, 4, 5 times to know that will probably, for her to tell you now, don't touch me there. Dude,
You learn it.
or to stop that, or whatever. It should never have to be that. That's
And
my
people
point,
do
isn't
all
it?
each
So what I'm saying
other's
to you is if you get to the point where you're like, right, okay, well let's bring out the freak.
you see, you're gonna spoil everything for everyone. That's the thing I realized.
You
about
get to a
Jay.
point where you're like, let's bring out the freak. I've got this suede bag in my cupboard that you didn't know about for the last year and a half.
That's one of them lies.
I think you're ready.
What's that one of them white lies that been?
Come on, man. What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about? Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he likes it or she likes it, and then now all of a sudden
he's
you
always
angry
like
with
that.
her. You angry with her. Do you know what I mean? Because she's half an hour late from work. Where you been?
You said that extra.
Your phone was unavailable.
You said the extra. You hit it with a good.
Agent's been a porn star before, you know. You can tell. I saw I watched him back in the day. You know?
Hey, you know, I was not gonna lie. When he said something about the thing, he's like full time, like he's a fool, like,
don't know about
do
freak.
not mention me to agent. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, man's
You know
like,
what my name is?
man, shut me down real quick.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, within the confines of a relationship.
Nah, what I heard was y'all don't know freak.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never seen freak. Y'all think y'all seen freak?
You better move them chairs out the way. Better move them chairs out the way.
Y'all babies.
Anime. You not finished.
What's the most you done?
You not finished. You not finished. But on the real though, seriously, more time you will find that most people, again, like I said, it's the false. What you gonna call it? The sales pitch you give people initially, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? That's the false representation of yourself. And then that's why you have to get to know people, isn't it? Do you get what I mean? Because obviously the person wants you to like them, you get that little spiel at the beginning, and then you get to know the person.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Test it,
So,
push it,
again,
push it.
in getting to know the person, and again, I'm assuming, like, these days, most people they don't learn. Okay, for example, like I said, even the getting to know process. What is the getting to know process these days? These days is a couple of messages, a phone call, a nude pic here or there, and then probably a shag. That's the getting to know you process. Like, it probably don't even take that long. I'm talking about for most people. Do you get what I'm saying? For most people. Do you get what I'm saying? And again, like I say, when you meet people, you never hear about these miscellaneous dicks and vaginas that they've run through. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's the reality. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, and there's so many of them, but you never hear about them because you don't need to hear about, like you said, you need to hear about them. Why would you need to hear about that? Do you get what I'm saying? And then you meet that person and you go on and have a harmonious relationship with that person. Do you get what I mean? So what I'm saying is most people, they're literally just in arrangements of convenience. Most single people these days. Do you get what I mean? And within that, they may say they want a relationship and they want this man or this woman or this good girl or this, you know, this Mr. Right or whatever it is, terminology they use for it. But the reality of it is when you see how they're actually living, what they're attracted to, do you get what I mean? What they sleep with, do you get what I mean? Then you realize that, one, you clearly don't want that, and two, that person probably wouldn't want you.
When I see relationships working these days, one thing I do notice is that they have their own structure. So whatever it may be, they've come away from that structure of, you know, ABC that we've been growing up from as kids, and they found their own structure. And however people want to criticize it from the outside, they kind of don't let that in on their relationship. Do you know the ones there? Like, and you see, I'm not saying Will Smith and Jada are the best relationship. We can go into conspiracies left, right, centre, but as much as we've always known that their relationship was they had it open, whatever it was, but it was open. They had the relationship which was understanding in it. So in some sort of way where they're still together. So yeah, you could hear the public know this and that. Yeah, we'll go on the table and talk about it together.
But is their relationship any different from most relationships? Let's just be real.
It's lasted. So all I'm saying
what I mean is other than the fact that they're in the public eye,
yeah,
and that their business is pretty much front and center.
Yeah, that's
other
what
than
makes
that,
it
I mean,
different.
as in some of the things they've been through, is it really that much different than things that people go through? The only difference is that they're still together.
Right.
That's the difference.
And that's the difference. They understand each other.
They understand their duty.
Yes, and they're both kind of in their own right superstars. So it's not like one of them's a star. I'm just saying, like, you know, like if we look at all of the elements, you know, like there's you kind of have to make sure that the person you're with matches you in a lot of ways. And I feel like in a lot of relationships, people expect, say, like, let's say for instance, a woman. So even if he's going out and he's doing stuff that's getting attraction, he expects his woman to stay at home and sort of like, if you still allow your woman to have her own activities, lift up her ideas, lift up her creative ideas and creative activities.
Find a lot don't want that.
Yeah, if you
because I've been told that.
Yeah, if
I've been told that, like, oh, I've been the stay-at-home woman. I've been in long relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had recently, well, not recently, before career, whatever. And it's like they couldn't handle me being out there, me doing the promotion stuff. And I was like, why should that stop you? I know what I want. If I want you, then I'm going to want you.
Yeah.
What I do, that's part of me. That's not going to...
But because, you know, they ain't found themselves. And I think, like, again, that...
He don't what, sorry?
You see, he hasn't found what he wanted to do. And I don't even know him.
Yeah.
It's not personal. So, like, this happens in all relationships with men and women.
Yeah.
When a man doesn't kind of find what he wants to do, and his woman is
Not just a man.
no, but hear what I'm saying. Hear me out. We'll talk about women after. But when a man ain't found something, when he ain't found a focus, people think it's all about peas all the time. P.
Yeah.
He doesn't. If you don't find a focus, then he's gonna. Even if he's got money sitting there, he's gonna be more. He's gonna be like kind of looking at you and telling you what not to do and being a bit jealous of what you're doing without knowing it. Like, and it's the same thing when a man is just there, he's doing stuff and he's just expecting you to be at home with no aspirations.
I think that's wrong. I think as well,
That's
like
long.
a lot of men,
Done that before.
a lot of men and women don't like to see their partners really happy
That's sad.
and not
It is
be
sad.
involved in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, for example, what you were saying there, you're doing something, you enjoy what you're doing, you want this person wants you, it's working, there's no problem. I would argue that it is jealousy, obviously, but I would argue that that stems from a place of, like, insecurity, basically.
Yeah, it is.
Do you get what I mean? So it's like you're around men, I would assume. Do you get what I mean? The thought of losing you being attracted to somebody else, all the variables that could apply anywhere. By the way, do you understand what I mean?
And that's what I couldn't understand. 'Cause I said, hold on a minute, it doesn't take for me to be doing on a circus scene to to get attracted
Exactly.
or get taken. I could just go
Exactly.
shop around the corner.
Exactly.
But no, but whoa. But that's the thing though.
That's how life is.
If you have some, like, if you with somebody, like you with this person, yeah, they can't lose you. You're not a set of keys. No. You're not a set of keys. Like someone can't like take you away, not unless they're kidnapping you. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, I would assume if you was to leave that situation you've chosen to be in, then there would be a reason. No, but there would be a reason though. There would have to be a reason because you've chosen to be in that situation willingly. Do you get what I mean? So my point is at that point, it's not even. Well, I suppose it could be about trust, but generally speaking, it's not even about trust. It's usually just insecurity.
Yeah, what does real look like in a world of fake?
Can I ask you, what it is you telling yourself the truth to yourself. Like, I'm a real guy, yeah, so I can tell you this. And I've been trying to say this for the last 5 minutes, and I don't want to put a nail in the coffin in this conversation. Genuinely, it's about self, mate. Self-love, self-understanding of their self, innit? You can't give nobody that you don't have, innit? You don't know, yeah? That's the first thing we all know, innit? We just know, if it ain't, it's not in my pocket, I can't give it to you. Self-understanding of yourself, you won't be lying to people, you don't need to lie to somebody. If somebody accepts you for who you really are, and you actually represent who you really are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what it is. It's the representation of what people do every day. Every day people get up and are we representing ourselves or are we representing somebody else? And do we work on ourselves enough? I've seen people get out of relationships and jump back in one.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? How do you do that? It's like,
oh, I've been single. No, you're still fucking.
I've seen some crazy scenarios.
Obviously, I'm a guy who goes to prison. I've been going to jail since I was 13 years old. I'll throw it out there, but there's a place in this prison place. There's only one thing it ever did for me. It allowed me to give myself time
to think.
It's the first time. Only time I get it is in this little cell. Now, other people might not use that time for that, but you know, that's what I get out of prison. Obviously, make a good situation, bad situation.
Good.
Negative
into a positive.
Learning myself is a powerful thing, but when you learn yourself, you start working at that. That's who you are. I'm this. I don't want that. First time in my life, I might work out. I don't want that. A lot of us as humans, we accept what people want from us.
It's facts.
That's just what we do, isn't it? If someone likes you, you like me. Well, you don't even know why you like me. We don't know why they like me either, but they like you. And you're a piece of this property, man. You're allowed to like me. And I'm allowed to fucking be in your world. On the back of you liking me. What have you picked? Have I said I like this and I went and picked it, like what we do when we go buy stuff from the shop? Because when we go to the shop, we see something we like, we buy it. That's why we've all got our unique styles and we wear different clothes. Women and relationships and how we meet people, it's all part of just knowing yourself. Once you know yourself, you know what you want, you know how you're going to pick what you want, instead of allowing somebody to pick you as a person, because obviously then you're fitting into the structure of allowing yourself to be who they want you to be. You've got to always be you.
You have to,
stay being you.
Because it will crack eventually.
And
I've been single for a long time.
I'm glad you said that. Well, sorry to cut you.
What did you say?
And that's why we're all single.
That's it. Powerful.
It's true.
And that's why we're all single because.
That's why the woke people.
Can I finish? No. Bruv.
Now once your eyes start open, until you meet the people,
bruv, won't people be single? Yeah. Won't people be single, man? Do you get what I'm saying? And again, could wear it like a badge of honor, but relationships about compromise.
Yeah, it's about togetherness.
So when you saying you're gonna be yourself, you're gonna be yourself, you're gonna change.
Learning yourself before.
But again, if you learn yourself before you meet someone, that's great. But again, like I say, that's you at that stage, at that time. Do you get what I mean? When you meet that person, around and with that person, what you're going to create is something different. So you ain't even that person you're going to be when you're with that person, because you have to allow yourself to be that.
To grow with that person.
Well, you always need to allow the space. Life's in constant flux. You can't just think that you're not the person you was when you were 13 now.
No way.
And you weren't the person you was at 25 that you was at 30, and you not the person you are now do you get what I'm saying, at 25? So that's the point. Do you get what I mean? So again, like I say, when you know yourself and you meet this person, how do you even know that's the person?
Yeah, sure. Allowing
I know people who have been in 68-year relationships, and when they met the person, they didn't even like him. See, we're getting
No.
Do you hear what I just said?
Yeah,
Then when they met the person, they didn't like him.
And I'm there
And they
saying,
tell you
"Man,
that, yeah? 68
with
years
them?
later, with grandchildren, yeah? When I met him, I didn't like him, yeah? Took him a year and a half. He won me around. It was his sense of humour. Or
So that's
crazy
coming like
stories.
arranged marriage, isn't it?
But it's crazy. What I'm saying to you is that when you
I
hear...
know, it happens.
No,
system has
but
evolved,
what I'm saying is
how people
obviously,
see
but
things.
obviously the system has evolved. But what I'm saying is the expectations have evolved,
Yeah.
and that's my point.
High expectations.
Yeah. So
Those love stories were a bit more understandable.
they
to
were
the
believable.
young.
They were
Yeah.
believable. They were believable.
Like, they needed each
Like the
other.
how you met my mum stories. Yeah.
The,
Do you know what I mean?
the recipe
Different.
of it
Was a lot more
totally
simple
different.
because the expectations wasn't as high.
They needed
So you
each
believed
other.
it.
And
So-
the temptations and all
Come
that
on,
weren't
man.
so much as well.
Whereas now,
They needed each other.
whereas
Their
now,
practice was that was their practice.
you don't believe nothing.
My thing is this.
Nothing
Yeah,
no one says.
let me ask you as a woman, because we have to, be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Respect the fact that we've got a
Powerful
yeah.
empress there.
exactly.
Just quoted.
If you what would you prefer? Yeah, a broke loyal man. Yeah, that just stays in the house, but he's there for you and he does everything. He cleans and
Or that guy.
hey, wait.
No, that's
See,
what's
yeah,
the word?
go ahead.
That guy.
Who is that
Don't
guy?
know.
That's what
Do
you have
that.
to explain. No, don't
No,
do
no,
that,
sir,
man.
No, sir. That's
You
the
mess up-
logic.
mess up
the
my-
logic of that guy. The guy
You mess up, you're gonna mess it up.
You
You got a broke loyal guy, or you've got a guy that fulfills everything that you want, does it like gives you everything you want, but he's not 100%
Not loyal.
faithful.
He's gonna do. What
No,
he's
no,
doing.
he's loyal. He's just not faithful.
Yeah, loyal and faithful is
Well-
totally different. I love that. concept.
Totally different.
See that now? I don't want the one that's not going to be faithful because I'm a loyal person and honest person. So that broke guy is broke now, but will not be broke forever.
Not with you.
No, I hear that, but that this is what he likes to do. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that he will never ever do anything else?
No, he's just that guy in character.
Well, then I don't want both of
People-
them and I'll stay single.
Yeah, no
'Cause
ambition. He's got no
it's-
broken, no ambition, or a guy that's full of ambition does helps you out.
And he
So-
does a bit more. He's a ladies' man. He's a flirt. He's not a cheat. He's not a cheat.
He's not a cheat, but he has other women
He's
sometimes.
always around.
No, that can't work. This is what I'm saying. Too much different things.
Alright, no, that's what I'm saying. So,
All right, yeah.
just
If
other
he
women.
flirts
All it
generally,
is-
but
all it is
if
other
he's
women.
getting involved intimately, that's
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Alright, so you would prefer the broke loyal guy? Yeah,
Honestly.
Oh yeah, I'll say yeah then.
is that true? Is that 100%?
No, both of them are just both of them are hard for me to say because you got to have that balance. I can't have you being broke and not gonna do
But
anything
you just
else.
chose
to-
him.
No, you're putting things in my mouth.
No, I'm asking you
So who would you
So-
choose then?
because this is my point.
Both of them ain't all that then.
One sec. It
Me
comes back to it.
personally, you got to have a balance. You can't be not willing to push yourself more. If I'm doing everything and I'm doing more, I'd feel a bit funny that you're not. I don't feel like you're
But
man
this
enough.
This is
then.
why I say that's why I say the compromise sometimes because
Are
the
you-
the
are you-
one sec the installation of what we've been told to think. So like I said earlier, the biggest problem always seems to be is just sleep. It's just sex. Sex is always the deal breaker. So it doesn't matter if someone's giving you the world. Sex is the deal breaker. But if they were just in the house and they were just doing what you want them to do, hypothetically, women say they want that, but in real life, they don't want that.
I've never want that because I'm an active person. So you got to be
Not just
with
saying
me.
you.
Yeah, I know. But me,
But do you get what I mean?
Because you're asking me, I'm saying what I prefer.
You'd go through more with that stress.
But does that come down
I don't want-
does that come down to the contradiction of generally what women would tell you, basically?
That's what I mean.
Do you get what I mean?
And that's why I was asking her.
Going back to what you were saying about a lot of people being in jail, you know, trying to support all the rest of it and do their duty and all the rest of it. You'll find a lot of guys who, you know, get sold a dream, and the dream they get sold is stop
100%.
doing this road life, you
Yeah.
know, get off the road, you know, it's just me and you, I love you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Get a job, any job, you know,
Yeah,
we'll work together and all the rest of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do that, Do you know what I mean? And then what they hear, is we never do anything. You've never got no money. Yada. Because remember, you're coming off the back of
exactly.
Where did she go to?
Paying for everything. Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
So again, like I'm saying, there is those scenarios as well. So that's why,
what, bro, providing is the main thing. Let's be 100%. It's not about the cheating or the non-cheating or this and that. If you're a provider, if you're a provider, the ball game's different for you.
Yeah, definitely.
But this conversation is not brought to the table, and especially by women sometimes as well. So now the whole concept of what people should understand what they should understand is not there still. We're still acting like
and as well. It's harder to leave somebody. Like I always say, people lean to where the perks are. So it's harder to leave somebody you have ties to, especially if they're financial. Do you get what I mean?
Makes sense.
You know, it's real simple. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. I'm just saying generally speaking.
And if you leave someone that you was carrying financially,
what I'm saying to you is,
as a woman, it's still like breath of fresh air,
and that's my point. So if you was to leave a man, who you had no financial ties to, it's like, do you know what I mean? But if you've got a guy whose name's on your mortgage, you think a lot harder about leaving that guy. Does that make sense? Do you get what I mean? Because you financially tied to him.
This is the realities.
That's why I don't get financially tied to anyone.
And it's not even like that. No, so like, say let's meet in the middle. And that's my point. So what I'm saying to you is, there's a lot of people.
Sorry?
You said that you're not willing to go financially tied with people, but how far are you willing to go?
No, I said it's got to be a balance. It's not going to be. I'm a person. I don't like to rely, because I don't like that thing where, if it's because of me, you wouldn't have had this. No, but I've had guys that's been like that though.
About partnership and people being together and growing together.
Yeah.
If I come from my world and I meet a woman, I'm not meeting someone of the same plane as me, innit? My woman has to help me shuffle what I'm doing in my world, innit? Has to make sense in my world.
And you can make the demands based on what?
On the basis that I'm gonna pick rightly.
No, on the basis that you can provide.
Yeah, no, on the basis.
If you can't make them, you see how you move. You move based on how you know you move, innit? And what you're gonna provide. Your confidence. That's what I said. Your confidence comes with what you can put on the table. That's it. So let me finish the point.
From different worlds,
let me finish the point with the lady, because we want her opinion right now, like, because she's talking for the females out there. And it's like, I'm not saying that she's like saying what she's wrong or what's wrong for her to feel like that. I'm just saying the fact still remains that, like, the you could be the most romantic creative guy picking roses all day, but when it actually there's no peace spent. You could have come and said, I'm gonna do all your housework for the day and I'm gonna cook for you. Just give me 15 quid and I'll go and get the food and then I'll cook for you.
Oh, what was that guy?
No, I'm just saying those things will turn you off as well. They'll turn you off sexually.
It gets draining. It does. It's a lot mentally, because you need two people basically to help financially. Two is better. Unless you've got a good income.
You're a hustler anyway. But I'm saying, even though you're a hustler, you're still a female. Yeah. So you still have your needs based as a female. Like males, we still have our needs based as males. Yeah. And so, like, when someone doesn't know how to meet them because they just like, you're doing too much, he should have been there with you. What do you mean? He should be there. Where we going next week, babe? What are you talking about? Don't worry. I'll do this week. I don't even want you out. I'm going to do it for you because I don't want you out. Not just wow.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So, like, in terms of like embracing things, it's based on like your hustle and what you want and your dedication and all that. And if you've got someone that encourages that, when you've actually experienced not having that encouragement, you'll see the difference in a person, innit? You know what I'm saying? So that's why my whole thing. It's never about how rich the people are. It's about
how much they're willing to provide.
How go getting there. How much they wake up every day.
And that's what I said earlier. That a lot of times you're not the person that you're gonna be when you meet that person, but they can see that person in you.
Not all people.
No, I'm saying not all people, but usually the relationship. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you.
Just so you know,
I know.
That's the beautiful growth of two people meeting each other and actually seeing.
And this is the point.
So I can see where we could go, and you can see where we. You understand? And people, and then that's where people grow towards.
Yeah.
And that's
if
what big
if
agents explain.
if you open to it though.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
my
but
point.
that's
I know,
if
no,
you're
but that's my
not-
point. What I'm saying to you is that
Practices-
just like with the religion and just like certain things, we live in our likes and dislikes. So you meet somebody, and if they don't trigger your likes and dislikes instantaneously, you say, "Cha, dash for that."
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You never get to the point. That's what I'm saying. The meeting each other and getting to know process is short now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It doesn't last any period of time.
Yeah.
How could you get to know somebody in that period of time?
Serious.
Do you understand what I'm saying to
No,
you?
serious.
So you wouldn't know if you have or haven't met the one. You haven't given anything any time.
And then if you break it down, you're a boring person. So if you're like, look, I just want us to get past this period, and then when we get past this period, we can get past this period. Person's looking at you like, this man's crazy or something. You know what I mean?
And again, that shouldn't even be something that needs to be conversated about.
You know?
No,
Do you know what I mean?
that should
Because
just-
if
it should just
you
flow.
start talking like that,
Yeah,
then I'm
then
assuming
it's
there's a
like-
stage where you go like,
Yeah.
"Are you gonna be my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
You know?
That's mad, bro. That's mad.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Do you understand? So it's a mad,
Those conversations should never be. You should never be having them conversations.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's a balance.
At no stage. That shouldn't be necessary. Who does that? Who does that?
It's so
Do you get what I'm
true.
saying?
That's why it's that balance, Jay. You know? That's why I said that.
Balance,
The
you need the
teaspoon
balance.
of toxic makes the medicine go down. The
Go back to
medicine go down.
See, the thing about it is like I said, yeah. People like to say the toxic and whatever. That's cool and that, but the reality of it is people like to limit that. So it's either you do it or you don't do it. Do you get what I mean? I've always been a firm believer of that. It's either you do it or you don't. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't say, "Oh yeah, I want a bit of that, but only to." I'll give you an example. You have women who dress up to the T, yeah, go out on the road on a normal day. Do you get what I mean? And like G was saying earlier, they'll get attention, and then they will want to choose who they get attention from, because that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not talking about, and don't get me wrong, women, I know you're going to tell me now, I'm going to have people telling me, you know, that you walk around in a burqa and some guys still shout at you, and I'm sure that's very true.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But my point is that I'm talking about a certain type of woman, and we all know them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because they walk down the road looking at their reflection in the shop window to see what they look like. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in every car that drives past. Do you get what I'm saying? So my point is, those women, they come out dressed for the attention, but they want to choose who they get the attention from.
Yes, definitely.
Do you see what I mean?
Some do. Yeah.
Oh,
It's funny because I remember seeing something where, like, you got this really attractive guy, then a not so attractive guy, and then they're doing the same thing, but then because you're a non-attractive guy, now it's classed as harassment rather than flirting.
Yeah.
So,
And that's my point.
yeah.
Is that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't come out of your house dressed how you want. That's not my point. What I'm saying to you is
I get it because it's like me. There's times when I dress up, I get noticed a lot, and then I just go normal. I don't get the hassle.
Get the same hassle.
And then dress again. It's like, hold on, you saw me yesterday. You didn't talk to me yesterday. But when I dress up today, you're
Now
talking to me,
yeah.
and that's when you just carry on walking. But just ignore that. You know.
Yeah,
But I do
yeah.
see the difference of how I dress and how I do certain
yeah, you
things.
get perceived. Yeah, definitely. But my point with that is just basically a greengrocer who puts his, I don't know, tomatoes out of a morning can't like look at people walking past and say, you know what, I don't like your face. Don't look at my tomatoes.
That's why
Do you
I
get
like,
what I'm saying?
I draw it more to those
get what I
that
mean?
see me on my down days, because then he's okay. When you see me up days, then yeah, you're good in it. If you can take me on my down days,
But you know what it is about up days? Is that up
Yeah.
days is the day where people feel like it's the time, the right timing. You know, like when you just on your normal day.
when I'm talking about down days, I don't mean as in I mean dressing down. If you can talk to me when I'm not so dressed up, then I'm gonna say okay.
But I'm saying when
something
you're dressed
like
up,
this.
it's
Yeah.
like talk to me. I'm not saying you're saying I'm saying it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's how
whatever.
people perceive it. Yeah.
perceive it, and
Yeah.
the occasion it means that as well. And sometimes when we're dressed out, it means leave me alone.
Shouldn't though.
Clothes say no, it shouldn't. I'm saying like clothes say things.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but yeah.
And we should all, even when we put suits on for a certain occasion, or you know what I mean. You go wedding in certain attire. You go this place in certain attire because they still say for the statements. You go if you go to an interview dressed mad, you know what I mean. It's a you can't tell them don't judge me by what I'm wearing today. You know what I mean. You'll be like, no, well, mate.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So it's just like there's that side of it because. As well, we play up to the same things that we don't like.
Yeah, of course.
Like we said, we live in contradictions. So it's like if women say they don't like this, they don't like that, but then they play up to the same exact things they say they don't like. They don't like being looked at this way, but they play up to that same thing. Yep. They don't like being don't make me an image of this or image of that or point on a piece of meat, and they're twerking the day away. You know, like even the twerking thing. I've seen people twerk that not even ratchet. If you understand what I'm saying,
you don't even need to be.
I'm not saying that it's. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with twerking.
No.
If you understand what I'm saying,
I wasn't going to say that. What I was going to say is just that you don't even need to go as far as the twerking thing. You just look at just generally how women take pictures these days. If you could just turn around and face the camera, I mean your whole body, like turn your whole body around and face the camera, because I don't understand why you need to look over your shoulder to take pictures. Every single picture, like every picture. Like every picture, like you've got enough pictures with your hand on the wall, man. Turn around and face the. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. That's why Instagram's like ass.
We get it. You got to back off or whatever you're doing. Respect to you, man. You get it, man. You got a couple of compliments. You went out somewhere and someone told you got. I get it. Respect. But now, if you'd like to turn around and just face the camera, please, because do you know what I mean?
Full body shot.
You're gonna get people going to their children's graduation, turn it around and. Try to get their bum in the picture. It's like, I don't understand.
Well, you know, like the fact that you really highlight yourself. So even like, you know, like, did everyone like, it's your bum. It's actually your bum. And there's no problem. I'm not saying I don't like watching it here and there. I don't like seeing them here and there. You know what I mean? I can have my moments.
There's more.
But after a little while, it gets very jarring. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even just in a scroll. Like, even if you go to your search page on Instagram, again, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It doesn't matter who you are as well. You can put anyone, press that search button on anyone's thing, and you're gonna find a certain amount of the same thing. You know, the one's there, and it probably could take your day or whatever. Like, but again, it's the brainwash because some of these girls have got more followers than professionals, big actors and like, you know, some Hollywood actor or something. You know, like some of these girls have got like 3 million. You're like, she's got 3. It shows you what these kind of things, these platforms are driven by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're still very driven
and
by.
it also shows you that men just like eye candy.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Men just like eye candy, man.
They do though. And you know, if we can leave it like that, it's alright, I think. If we can just enjoy the eye candiness of it sometimes, because I just like sometimes.
I mean, like I say, I have to generalise, but yeah, I think a lot of men just like eye candy.
It's our nature. Like, if you're summer day, you're out with just with your boy that walking down the road or in the park or whatever, and there's eye candy, like, you're gonna have your enjoyment, no? Or some people just don't want to look at it. If you don't want to look at it, you don't want to look at it.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But again,
I'd have to hear. What are you like? Are you kind of have a look, or you not really? Like, Jay seems like the guy.
I got as a wise man once said, I got eyes, so I'm not blind. Do you get what I'm saying? I can see. I have vision. It's not impaired. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, no. But what I'm saying to you, no. I can see things and appreciate everything for what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Though? Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm looking over there and I see something over there that looks like a very attractive dog, then that's a very attractive dog. What breed? Most of my ask you is what breed is that?
It's
you know what I'm saying? But I can stand here now and see with my eyes that that's a very attractive dog. That's a very good. That's probably a pedigree. Do you get what I'm saying? That's probably a pedigree. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is that when I'm looking, I can see, isn't it? I'm not blind. So if I see somebody who's attractive, you know what I mean? I can see that. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, on the other hand, when you say eye candy, like
that's what it is.
No. Yeah, we know. We're just trivializing, but what I'm saying is when I say men like eye candy or some men need eye candy, what I mean is, like you said, the Instagram feed.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Some men need that.
Yeah.
I know guys who just sit down literally going just liking pictures and stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing? So, no, I'm just on Instagram. Like, do you get what I'm saying? No, so some man just literally just like looking at pictures of like just fit women, basically.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's their thing. Do you get what I mean?
Definitely, it's true.
So, like I say, that's what I mean when I say men like eye candy, because like these Instagram women, half of them, like you said, who are they? Do you get what I mean? What do they really do? But again, like I say, they're relatively attractive to all those people. And they just want to see them post little bits and pieces of them looking whatever, and like, oh, mate, she's in the swimming pool this week. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, I like that. And that's it.
Even look about the OnlyFans. Like, people are becoming rich off of this stuff. And it's like, because we don't actually think that people are going to subscribe to these things. Like, you know, like, you're like, I was going to subscribe. Like, for me, because I think in a world where you've got free porn hubs and whatever, how many other free websites to view these things. We come from a day, if you didn't know those special sites, you're just done. No one's there. If you didn't have the video, you didn't have the DVD, it wasn't too much of a hype for us. We didn't even know who to get it from.
No, you had to find it. You found it.
You found it.
You found it.
And it gets passed around.
Back in those days, you found it. You found it by mistake.
Yes.
And you couldn't let anybody know you found it. You went and put it straight back, but you knew it was there. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? And you left it for a good couple of weeks before you touched it again, because you wanted to know if anybody knew that you moved.
And you gotta make sure you put it back in the right place to make sure it's all lined properly.
Listen. And that was magazines and video cassettes. You get what I'm saying? That was magazines and video cassettes.
So now we're in a world.
Sorry to cut you. Or you had the friend. We all had the friend. The friend who found it. You know the friend who found it? He found his big brother, or he had the cool big brother who just...
Even the friend that had the 3 yard, no one was there all the time.
That's what I'm saying, who had the cool big brother. Come on, bro. That one. Yeah. But that was the only way. That was the only way. That was the only way.
Video player in the room.
Yeah. Now they don't even need all of that, just switch on their phone.
It's switch on their phone, bro. And you know, furthermore, they don't need this play PlayStation and this, boom, it comes in. I'm there with my stepson, he's playing PlayStation. These girls, boom, it's just, you know, like the pop-ups, so it just comes about, and you can't, it's not even hard to get off the screen.
Wow.
And they're just there, blah, 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 playing with themselves, doing all this madness, and I'm like, right, for them, they don't even need to find it, it's coming to them.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying to somebody the other day that they were saying, oh, you know, censoring their children's environment and all the rest of it. And I was trying to explain to them that it's a lot harder these days, because you may do that, but then it makes it even harder for them, because when they go to school and somebody just flicks a phone in their face and goes, oh, look at that. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, do you know what I mean? They're like, whoa.
And then the censoring makes it so hard to play. You know, like even like when they want to just go to normal things. It just makes it harder for them to go over there. So if you put them the age locks on things,
it's true. It blocks certain things
so much that it's not worth it. No one's there. So you're like, take off the block. But then now with the block's gone, it's showing you one bag of things. So like,
and you see, this is the thing, is that it's always better that you kind of have that conversation with them. Basically, well, this is the point. If they're gonna learn it anywhere, it's better they learn it from you.
Definitely.
Do you get what I mean? It's a bit like how I see like corporal punishment is pretty similar. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't call it corporal punishment, but like you slapping your child or whatever, or disciplining them, however you want to terms it. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty much the same thing. It's probably better you give them a slap than they go out there and do something stupid and someone stab them to death. Do you get what I mean? Not to say that I'm saying anybody whose child died and stabbing caused it, or it was their fault. I don't mean it like that, but I just mean as in, like, you know, just as a general I don't know what you're gonna call it, analogy. Do you get what I mean? It's always better that you discipline them because you love them. Do you get what I mean? Like the slap you give your child, you know, the slap, within reason, because obviously we know there is people who abuse their children, so let's not overlook that. But what I'm saying is generally speaking, you know what you're doing when you're disciplining your child because you love that child. I would like to think. Do you get what I mean? Now, whereas you may not take that child in hand and they go out there and the person who deals with him out there doesn't know them from anywhere and doesn't love them at all. Do you get what I mean?
That's what I always say that.
Do you get what I mean?
It's best to get
so it's the same thing with the education. It's better that you are the person who explains certain things to them than they go out there and they meet 100%. Some random person out there who doesn't have any care for them in the world, and they're just telling them whatever nonsense. Do you get what I mean? About something that they never knew anything about. So remember, that's my first interaction with it. I never knew anything about it. My parents never told me about it. No one ever, do you get what I'm saying? No one ever spoke to me about this or broke it down to me. So when I go out there, I'm totally green to this thing.
Definitely.
So this person I meet, whether they're talking sense, whether they're talking nonsense, whether they mean well for me or they mean ill, I don't know no different. This is my first interaction with it. Do you get what I mean? And that's more the point. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably best that you are their first interaction with whatever it is.
Definitely.
Doesn't mean you should sit down and, you know, sniff a line of coke with your child. I just mean as in, like, if you're gonna have, if they're gonna be introduced to drugs, it's probably you are the person to explain to them what those drugs are, what they do, what they should and shouldn't do, what the effects are, why they shouldn't do it, yada yada. If you're somebody who's hiding these things, sex, yada yada yada, from your children,
They're gonna find it elsewhere.
then they will find. Not only will they find it elsewhere, you have no control over who introduces them to it. Do you see what I mean? At least if you've given them a certain base knowledge on it, then maybe they might be in that party and say, you know what, nah, not for me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or someone might say, hey, they'll say, no, it's all
that's
right.
not how it's
Or do you know what?
supposed to be done. That's not how you do
Or do you know what? I will have some, but I'll roll my own one.
Yeah.
Because you always told them, don't take nothing from no one. If you're gonna do that, roll your own, so you know what you've put in your little basic little things that again may save your child's life.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? At the end of the day, do you know what I mean? Like, how many people who just smoked something somewhere and didn't know what was in it, and next thing you know, they hooked on whatever, only because they didn't know. They just took it from someone, smoked it, yeah, and then next thing you know, they're like, oh, what's this, man? And they're strung out. Do you get what I mean? So again, like I say, like, certain little knowledge that your children should have, I believe you should be the person
Definitely.
to at least introduce them to it, or give them the little. That's why you need to know something before you have children, basically. Do you get what I mean? Because you need to be the person to introduce them to certain things and explain certain things to them, certain concepts and constructs and whatever the case may be. Because if you can't, then basically they're gonna just bump into all this stuff, and then it's all luck. Who do they bump into?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not even about sex that you got. To me, like, I don't think that you even need to talk directly about sexual intercourse. Sometimes it's more about characteristics. You know, like if you could teach them about characteristics as well, and how they will be perceived by the masses as well. You know, like a lot of people never. I don't think our parents were so far removed from us that there was a lot of things that they couldn't show us. Just as a basic example, like if you're available all the time, you know that no one's rating you. You know, like if if you're always there, you know that no one's looking at you like the exclusive, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like little things like that.
But I think if you was a female growing up with those kind of parents, then they were more interested in just telling you, don't look at boys. Yeah. Because remember, we come for the era of don't look at no boys.
Yeah.
Get in the house.
Yeah.
Where are you? What time is it? Get in. Who's that?
Yeah.
We come from that era. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you was a dude, you just pretty much do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
And it was like,
you know?
90s R&B. All of that, yeah.
No, if you're a dude, if you're a dude, they just assume that at some stage you're gonna find a girl and you're gonna do what guys do.
No,
and with women, it was more. And I'm just saying, back in those days,
Yeah, it's true. And it was kind of hard for me because I was a tomboy, so I used to just generally like hang around with boys and doing boy stuff, climbing up trees, getting in the fence, and doing the bad stuff like some of the boys used to do. But then obviously my mum was like, no, you have to come inside. I'm thinking, but why? I'm having fun. But I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing I'm having fun. But
with the boys.
Yeah, but she's probably looking at it a different way, but I'm
you're
not.
Getting older. No, how she's looking at it is you're getting older now. You're getting older now.
Still in that same
we all had that stage.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had this kind of getting deja vu. I think we've had this conversation before. But the point is, we've all had that stage where it's like you get to that stage where it's like your friend right up until that stage. And then it's like, right now, she's not your friend no more. But you don't get it. Like, you're knocking on her door like, hi, is Marissa there? No, she's not here.
You're like, thinking, what happened?
What happened? Like, we used to play out in the park every day. So, that was when you were 6. You're 11 now. You're looking taller. You ain't taller, but you're looking taller. See what I mean? So we've all had that stage. That's how it used to be. Whereas now, you're 11-year-old to have a boyfriend and tell you that. I'm just gonna go and meet my boyfriend in Wood Green. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, then how are you getting there? Do you want a lift? Do you get what I mean? Like, that's literally what it is now. Like, literally. Because can you really stop them?
That's what I was gonna, like, it's mad, isn't it? Even if you do say blah 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 blah, you can't really stop them from leaving the house. It shouldn't. That'll create even a bigger problem for you.
So then it does come back to relationships again, like what we're talking about. So again, when you have a relationship, or again, the concept of love. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So your children, you love your children, yeah? But you love them so much, what? You'll let them do whatever they need to do just to keep them happy? No, because children don't actually know what is right or wrong for them.
I don't think love's about control neither.
No, but again, like I'm saying, you love your children, so again, you have a duty to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want them to be happy,
Yeah.
but that child may want things that is not conducive for their happiness long term.
No, I hear that.
Do you get what I mean?
That doesn't have nothing to do with your love, though.
No, obviously it has something to do with your duty, which was the point I was saying to you before.
Okay, yeah.
So some people, they get caught up in the concept of love,
Yes,
and they think that means
drugs, basically.
that means that their children should always be happy.
Happy is not.
That's not reality.
No, that's not reality at all.
Do you get what I mean? You know, that's not reality. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I'm saying to you that the concept of love is now messing up relationships. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because it's individualized. It's down to the individual now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So now, again, it's all about, well, it should be about compromise. But people don't
100%.
want to compromise because remember, everybody's woke
Yeah.
and everybody knows themselves, and I know myself, so I know what I will want and what I don't want and what I will accept and what I.
It's just
But the
part-
reality of it is
part of the evolution.
no, it's part of meeting people online and having so many sexual encounters that you don't really want to be in a relationship. But it's not socially
That too.
acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not socially acceptable to say that.
I forget about that because I don't really know about them things. You know, you forget about that.
It's not socially acceptable to say that.
Yeah, no.
That's why people got in-house pussy, like I said earlier. Do you get what I'm saying? Because then I can say, oh, I've got my girlfriend. And if something is going on, I can pull her out and just say, that's the missus. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't like her. That's why I'm in the club every other weekend trying to draw the girls I do like. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say.
They think you like, basically.
No, you do like, because they're the same guys who will have the good girl at home, quote unquote. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but they'll be out smashing the granny out of every hole in that moves. Do you get what I mean? And the reason for that is because they want to do stuff they don't want to do with the good girl. Because if they do that with the good girl, then she's not a good girl no more, is she?
Depends.
That's their perception. Like I said, it's based. That's what I said. A lot of men's perception is based around sex. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of guys right now who will tell you they would not want to do things with their missus. Do you get what I'm saying? There's certain things they wouldn't want their missus to do.
I agree.
That's why I said to you about opening up the freak. Remember I said to you about opening up the freak? No. Nothing to do with the culture.
Yes, it is.
We've got different cultures in here right now, and I'm telling you. One second. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
This is the same
when you
culture
open up.
right now. Yeah, everyone in here is pretty the same culture.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you want to say it like that,
I'm talking about the culture that take their wife to get beat out and pay man and sit there while their wife's getting beat out.
yeah, and that's still part of the same culture that you're talking about right now.
Is it? I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to, you know what I'm
Like I
talking about.
say, this is what I'm saying.
You don't know about that? You
what
don't
do
know that there's people that do swingers?
Yes,
With
yes,
their
and they're
wife.
part of the same community that you're talking about right now, the same culture that you're talking about right now.
Are
They are, yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you.
I don't
That's
really-
fact. No, that's facts, bro. That's facts. That's like saying gay people ain't part of the same community and culture that you're talking about right now. Of course they are. Of course they are. Like, yeah, people do all that. That's what I'm saying to you. That's
I'm
facts.
saying in terms of like gay people, yeah, that's different. I'm talking about like
No. Gay. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you
certain cultures
is.
that
What I'm
do
saying
more
to you
than
is.
others.
What I'm saying to you is.
certain cultures practice more things than other cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Certain cultures practice certain things openly more than others. Openly.
Yeah, okay, but that's what I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying to you is
Generalising.
what I'm saying to you is it goes on in large numbers, just because it's not spoken about. Okay, so that's like saying to me now. We can go into all the. We've done this already. It's the stereotypes.
No, I'm just saying
You're saying it's culture. I don't think it is.
I've never heard of certain other people asking someone to sleep with their wife for peace. There's certain culture that will pay other cultures of people to sleep with their wife for
get
peace.
money.
Yeah. There's people who pay people to sleep with their partners. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying to you. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
But you're
that's what I'm
saying in
to you.
certain cultures it's
more
acceptable
predominant,
more.
or it's something.
Yes.
I don't know. I just think they're more open with it. I just think they're more open with it.
No, I just think it's more of a thing because you know, I don't know.
Okay, I know. See, you don't want to get into it, but you're saying it. I'm saying to you that
It's not
yes,
really-
that
it's
is
not
the
really
case. Yes, that is the case, and I'm saying to you because it's more open to it. Just like, for example, certain cultures are more open to lovers. Do you know what I mean? Because you get a lot of people who understand how things work. And they understand how relationships go and blah, 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 blah. You have a lot of older men with younger women, and most men in certain countries marry women almost half their age. Do you get what I mean? So by the time they get to a certain age, they're not really pleasuring her like that.
No.
Do you get what I mean? No, but my point is they're open to the fact of you sleeping with somebody else and it not destroying what we have.
But sitting in the room, sitting in the same room and watching.
Some of them, that's what I'm trying.
Okay.
Listen, you know him. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If you let me finish, I'm saying to you that some people are more open to it than others. That's what I'm saying to you. So because you see it predominantly in a certain culture, you just think, oh, they do it more than everybody else. But no, they're just open with it.
Listen, I'm just
Do you get what I mean? Some cultures, they can't be open with that. So when you do it, it's more of a hush-hush thing. It doesn't mean that a lot of people are not doing it. It just means that it's more low-key because you can't be out with it.
I'm probably just generalising like they do. I think we're a bit, you see, like when it comes to us, when they generalise with us, we just kind of, we if anything, we take it on sometimes. More than even being able to, when it's something about RG, yeah, he's probably got 100 baby mothers, isn't he? And sometimes we do. Yeah, or whatever it may be, innit? I'm saying, like, it's just things that their culture does, that our culture still do generally. I'm not saying that there's not guys that you can find. They'll get down like that.
Definitely. No, I understand what you're saying. But what I'm trying to say to you is that everybody has their, I don't know what you want to call it, their sexual deviance or whatever, or do you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. But how people view it is different. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Everybody views it different. Some people have 3-4 wives.
Yeah.
Do you understand? No, but that's what I'm saying.
And they would say that's us. And us. Do you know what I'm saying? They would say that's us.
No, but you're missing the point though. They got wives though.
Sorry?
They're not banging 3 chicks. They ain't got 3 things.
I'm just saying.
Do you get what I'm saying? They got 3 wives.
When you
do
say
you get what I'm saying
some
to you?
people have got multiple wives. If we said that in a room of all different cultures, they would look towards the African culture and the Asian culture for having multiple wives.
Okay.
And then when we look at certain things that they do, where it's a bit stripped down, it's not, I can't say stripped down for culture because it's their culture. There's things that they're open to doing that other cultures ain't really open to doing. So that when it comes to doing, like, because your point was about what you would do with your wife and what you do with the other girl.
Yeah.
Not me, but yeah, go on.
No,
Go on.
Keep it out, man.
Man, you want to just sit down there?
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? No, I'm just saying, you know, like,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
from that, I'm saying certain people with how they, when I'm saying that culturally, how they want to perceive, look at their wives, because you say like certain men want to do that, and you're right. And then if we're talking about our culture and how we do things,
Lots of cultures.
I hear you, but I'm just saying that there are cultures that look at it the other way. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm saying to you that some cultures are more open with it, is what I'm saying to you. It doesn't mean that the other cultures, it doesn't happen. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So for example, yeah, a lot of people meet their brothers, cousins, uncles, whatever, for the first time at a funeral. You know why? Because they didn't know granddad had another son in blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I mean? But granny knew though.
Yeah.
No, but granny knew though.
Yeah.
And they were married for how many hundreds of years? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? And everything was rosy in the garden. But granny knew that he had a child outside of wedlock.
Yeah.
So how come you didn't know? If granny knew?
I heard that.
What I'm saying to you is that the way it was understood before is different, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? And the things that people would do and the way they would process things would be completely different.
Yeah.
Whereas now, that's not the case. Do you get what I mean? It's looked at completely different. Do you get what I mean? So even just like what they call transgressions, like, oh, he might have, slept around, or he slept out, let's say. That's something that before the character of the man and all these types of things would come into play. Do you get what I mean? Whereas now, like we said before, it's more to do with has he got peas or not? Because depending on how much money he's got, it may sway the argument.
100%.
But outside of that, if you slept outside of your relationship these days, most people would say to you that, in fact, not even saying not most people, I'd say most women would say that's probably a no-go after that. Like, you cheated on me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying earlier. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that
But
I'm giving you the scenario
they
of...
say that depending on their life, though. I believe they say that depending on their lifestyle and how happy they are. Like,
and that's my point.
And
that's my point.
too.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
not forgiving.
Well, to be fair...
Yeah, because if you're like been together a long time and you're not going to let...
Yeah, that's a big
that,
point.
yeah.
That's a big point. But I'm saying, that's a big point. But again, I'm saying it's like, it's more even a condition of life. You know, like sometimes a woman's been with a man's, like, and she loved him and she actually did love him, but she was with him for so long and nothing was happening and weren't much was going on. You know, no one's there. And if they met someone and the person was ready, just taking them on holiday already, they weren't even they were just seeing each other, and the person's taking them on holiday and doing all these different things. A woman will see that as her life has been upgraded, and so will her friends, and so will so you're fighting against society. If you're not able to provide certain things as a man, you're fighting against society. You're not just fighting against one person's opinion. You're fighting against what her family thinks, what her friends think, and everyone else. So it's like you're not just you can't just be an individual and do your individual thing. If we have got to a place is if you're not able to now, profile is a big thing, because again we've got loads of these social medias and everyone's got social media profiles. So you'll be surprised how much the people want. How much it means for people to post you, like how much it means to be posted. That's actually an issue now. Well, does he post you?
Silly.
Does he post you, and how much does he post you? Oh, they're posting now. Like it's actually like a whole world of itself. So you got to think about like all these new elements that have come into what makes a relationship a good relationship is now fighting against someone that might even have a good relationship. Someone might have a good, healthy relationship, but because they don't fit the criteria.
Well, that's another thing. Sorry.
No, you're not carrying on.
That's another thing. That's another thing with you find a lot, because men complain about a lot, is women's friends or family and their interactions in their relationships and how it messes up their relationships.
You're fighting the world, cuz.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got to be strong to know that it's you and him, not you, him, her, auntie, this one, that one. Because when we're in the house together, we're doing what we're doing, you're not there, you're not seeing what's happening, what's going on. So you have to be strong and say no, you're not listening to certain things what people are saying.
And you have to actually look at their criteria to talk to you, because a lot of people don't look at the criteria of the person talking to them. So if they're in a relationship and they're giving you relationship advice, fair dues. But if you're not in a relationship, it's not saying that you can't give me no advice. It's just that it's hard for me to take. I think it doesn't make sense for people to take relationship advice from someone that hasn't been in a long-term relationship or isn't in a relationship. That's the two terms where you should be able to give out advice. Is if you've been in a long-term, even if you're not in one now, but you've been in a long-term one, or you're in one now. There's people that ain't even had a relationship that's longer than 2 to 4 years, and they're dishing out the worst relationship, but then what they're dealing with behind closed doors is the worst. And we've actually figured that out now. So it's like, where are we going from it?
Well, you have people who've even got friends whose partners have done whatever, whatever. But you know, when they're giving out information, it's the most staunchest advice you could ever get. You know, the leave him girl. You can do better than you can do better than that type friend.
And she takes the wickedness behavior, like she deals with so much herself. In her own world, accepts so much, and then because of how she's been so critical, everything you've noticed in that person's life, it's always there's a lot of drama, but they don't never critique their own drama, but they're ready to critique everyone else's drama. Definitely.
It's true.
But again, I would argue that those people themselves are in love with the idea of being in love.
Yes,
definitely. That's why they're in that bad relationship, because they can say they're in a relationship.
You know.
And I have been with him for 8-10 years, you know, and you don't know what we've been through, but we're still together and blah blah blah. It's like defiance, isn't it? You know. But
then you got to think about, if you can't get through anything with someone, do you really have a good relationship with him? Like if anything can just knock you and rock you, is that a good relationship? Well, this is the point I'm getting to, is that, like I said to you before,
you got to ride the waves. If you can't ride the waves,
and like I always say, if you're going to go into something and you have stipulations, then lay them on the table. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? if you're going to change the contract along the way, then we need a redraft and we need a
Exactly, like your
we need a
CV, innit?
renegotiation
You
of
update your
terms.
CV, so
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
But
true.
what I'm saying is that what happens is that people go into something without drafting up even a rough copy. Do you get what I mean? And then obviously, like I say, their likes and dislikes either get in the way or are the problem. So their likes and dislikes create the toxic scenario.
Definitely.
They get into it thinking that this is whatever. Do you get what I mean? And then whatever down the line, they now start looking at it like someone done them a wrong un, basically. Do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When really you didn't just choose it, you created it.
Yeah.
That scenario. Do you get what I mean? And then on the other hand, like I said before, a lot of us, our likes and dislikes stop us from getting into something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because we see red flags here, there and everywhere. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like I said, the getting to know you stage doesn't go very far and it doesn't last very long anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like literally, do you get what I mean? So again, when these people are talking about Mr. Right or the good girl or, you know, wanting to get married and all these things, like, is it just a concept that we just romanticize about and just keep talking about because it sounds good in convo? Or are we really trying to do that thing?
I think it's just part of that systematic, routine expectation. Systematic routine of expectations, but I feel like we are getting to a place where we're opening our minds, so that you know that part of the evolution, quote unquote, it always has a reckless part in between. You know, like a part where everything's just happening, and then before everything finds its like it finds shape. It goes through the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what we're these are the conversations that's gonna help it find shape.
I was entertaining it for a little bit there, but I'm actually gonna just like totally go left. Basically, the point is this: we all fucked up. Do you get what I'm saying? And in fucking up, it took time to understand not just yourself, but the fuck up. Do you get what I mean? Hence all the woke talk. Hence all of us looking now at whatever ages we're at, like single, but you know.
You say that, but what's perfection though?
I didn't say perfection. I didn't say anything about perfection.
No, if we're fucking up, what is not fucking
up? No, you missed the point. What I'm saying is I'm talking about, I look at failure as progress.
Definitely.
Do you get what I mean? I failed to go forward. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good
Big up to my bro. He hit me with that years ago.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Fail going forwards. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I like that one.
It's practice. I didn't fail. I was practicing. I practiced.
Yes.
Because next time I know what I didn't do or what did. Do you know what I'm saying? To fail going forwards, it's not a negative. I know what I need to do now. Do you get what I mean?
Do
you know? So I didn't have a failed business. Do you get what I mean? I had a business.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean?
I love that.
Do you get what I mean? And I'm gonna have another one.
This guy's a preacher.
Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the mindset, isn't it? So do you get what I mean? So fail going forward. So when I say we fucked up, what I mean is we've had failed relationships in the past for whatever reasons. It doesn't matter the reason. Do you get what I mean? So in that is all the hurt and the coming to terms with it and the, like I said, the miscellaneous vaginas and dicks and all the rest of it that you never talk about. So once you get to the stage of, like I said, getting to this stage where you almost have to justify it. You almost have to justify your scenario. Do you get what I'm saying? Which is where all the talk comes from, being happy, being single, and do you know what I'm saying? And rah rah rah, and you know what I mean, all the stuff that we say. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's only to cover up the natural fact that you yearn for companionship, and you've got to an age now where, or you're getting to an age now where you appreciate it more. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because obviously after the failure comes the whole like I said, the wrong and strong meaning like no compromise. It's going to be like this, and if it's not like this, then the expectation. Now remember I've had a bad scenario, so now I'm going to create the good scenario, isn't it? But good scenarios don't come like that. Hence the reason why you're single. Do you get what I'm saying? Hence the reason why he's single, because it's compromise. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you get to a stage where you've done the single thing and you've done the rare and the blah blah blah, you get to a stage where now you're ready to compromise again. Do you get what I mean? Now the problem is
I've been compromising.
now,
I'm not single.
this is what I'm saying, then the issue arises. Then is you start looking around, trying to basically pick and choose between the slim pickings. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because remember, there's no compromise, and what you want isn't necessarily what you need, and what you need you probably don't want. Which is what I was saying to you before. The dudes, they want to do the mad thing, but then they want the good girl. But you don't really want the good girl, or you wouldn't be doing the mad thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you've got...
That doesn't necessarily mean that though, man. That don't mean that at all.
Mate, like I said, if you're a freak, then your missus will probably be a freak. You and her will probably be freaking
Not
somewhere.
necessarily.
I'm not saying necessarily, I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is I know people who are freaky and they've got a great relationship, but their missus isn't a freak. Do you get me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And no, but like you said earlier, sex is a sticking point for them. So they will tell you straight, I'm in a great relationship. My missus is great. She's a great mother. I have no problems.
Yeah.
But I just want to do the mad thing, innit? And she's not on that.
If sex is an element, but I'm saying if it wasn't
But you're missing my point though.
What should be in the perfect world for Agent X? What would be the reason that holds a relationship together? Because for me, it may be sex, it might be this, it might be that, it might be this.
That's the point. No, but that's my point.
You know what I mean?
That's my point.
It does, but it to me, it kind of just matters if is it working for you. That's what it comes down to. Does it work for you?
Yeah. But most people have so many expectations on what they want. They don't even get to that point of getting something to work for them. That's the point I'm making. They're in love with their idea of being in love and what that should be, not what it actually is.
Yeah.
And that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're going to learn that. That's a learning process, because sometimes when you've been in a long relationship, you need to heal in it, and you'll find yourself back and all of that malarkey. So then you think, okay, what happened in that is not going to happen in this one. So that's when you have no choice but to say, I'm going to be picking certain things, because you don't want to go back to what you had
exactly
from before.
Yeah, but once you get to a certain age, companionship means more and more.
100%.
Yeah, companionship,
do you get what I mean?
definitely.
And then what happens is obviously you're getting older yourself, and you don't have that companion, and then you don't have 5 years to get to know someone.
Real talk.
You don't have 10 years to get to know someone.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And then
so then, how do you then build something meaningful from that point?
Because that's
with
the
anybody.
Real point. That's the real point.
Sorry?
To me, that's the real point. But
Once you
get to understand that,
Mm.
you actually get to build something bigger than you've ever built.
Yeah, definitely.
So like sometimes the reason why people, I could find someone. Oh yeah, and have those 2 years. I could never be single if I wanted to. Like in terms of like someone can make sure they're never single, but doesn't mean they've got one girlfriend.
Yeah.
It just means sure I got a girlfriend here, I got a girlfriend there, girlfriend here, girlfriend there.
Yeah.
So that doesn't actually mean that someone's doing it correctly, or but in their mind they may say they're happy because they're attractive and they can do that, and they got the finances there to just make sure there's always someone there. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can have in your life that can paint the picture, but it doesn't mean that you've actually found and you've actually connected with people. That's
A lot
why
of
I
people
say
ain't
it comes
connected.
down. It boils down to character, and it boils down to not searching. If you ask me, like when you stop searching, you'll find. Like when you search for someone, I don't think you're gonna find someone like that. Me personally, like when everyone I know searching is finding everything they don't want to find. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, so, but when you actually don't search,
It just comes.
it just comes to you, man. You're mostly concentrating on yourself, and you're feeling yourself so much that people can't help to feel you as well. Well, this guy's feeling himself. You know what's there? That man, he believes in him. So if he believes in himself, then I might have to invest in that belief that he's got, because I'm liking what's going on. And without that, it's like again, it ends up being about sympathy. It ends up being sympathy based, and you don't want a sympathy based relationship. Because someone feels sorry for you, and then it's men that are screaming and crying for, oh please, man, don't leave me, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. They didn't even do nothing wrong like that, but they're just crying in the yard. So it's like this guy, and they're just sensitive all over the place. So like I say to you, we need to, if you find yourself the relationship with yourself is the biggest relationship that you need to have.
Yeah, definitely.
And then once you got that, because that
Definitely.
relationship again is, you need to find yourself. That takes long. It takes even before you love yourself, you need to know yourself, innit? You try and find yourself,
Definitely.
and then you know what you got to offer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you could even be honest with someone and say, look, I've got my funny ways. You know,
Yeah,
I know I
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Like, you know, the ones there.
100%.
But
That's
even just like we were saying earlier about the friendship side of things, because to me that is the getting to know someone.
You know,
If you understand what I'm saying,
100%.
because you have to have a certain amount of friendship.
You do.
You know what I mean, you have to be able to be comfortable around that person in certain ways, which was the point I was making about hiding certain things from them.
you know,
If you have to hide something from your
They're
partner,
not your true-
then I would argue that person is somebody who you probably not that comfortable around or with.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? You might want them to want you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But you probably not best suited, or maybe, like I said, if you open up to it, because like I said earlier, a lot of men generally, their women do not know them. Their missus don't know them. Do you get what I mean? And I'd say some women would say the same. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
when they go and
definitely.
talk to their friends,
Yeah.
that's when the real them comes out. But they can't tell him that. Do you know what I mean? They can't have that conversation with him. He'll go mental. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's not the person he thinks he's with. But my friends know who I am. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. So again, like I said, if most relationships have that, if we're honest with
Definitely got to
ourselves,
have that friendship, because I've got friends that I'm close to and other friends that you're just friends, innit? You know those ones that are really comfortable with, and you can just do anything. Like you can brag when they're done, don't care. Some
Yeah,
friends now you're like,
yeah.
oh, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, there's friends and
got
there's
this-
friends, yeah.
Right. So
yeah, but you have to have that in a
Yeah,
relationship,
you
though.
got-
I don't think
you
you
got-
can.
you
I don't think
can't-
you can have like. I don't think you can have what do you call it? A relationship without that certain amount of friendship, that certain amount of comfortability.
it will break.
Do you get what I'm
It
saying?
will break.
And that's why I say, like, if it's built on false pretenses, on you constantly like trying to hide who you are from them people, basically. Do you
If
get
I
what
have
mean?
to hide who I am, then I don't want you, because what's the point?
Well, this is the point.
Do you know, sometimes it's not even hiding, man. It's just sometimes that you got to adapt. Because, like, again, for women, a lot, like, you lot have to adapt to a lot of the weaknesses that the men have.
Mhm.
So then that's part of, like, you know what I mean?
That's what I said. The compromise. The compromise.
Compromise,
So
but
can you
it's also
imagine?
like-
So can you imagine? Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. So think about how many relationships that could have been,
Yeah.
but people weren't willing to compromise
But
in
I
one way,
thought-
shape, or form.
But again, we go back to the question of, did you even know what you wanted, or did you accept it because it was convenient? Because like I was saying, if someone just likes you, sometimes people go with someone because that person liked them. So, and based on everyone's confidence and however our confidence, not saying the confidence,
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
oh, I don't like, but where, how, you know what I'm saying, based on your confidence is whether, how far you pursue that and how far you let it go. Because sometimes people are more overpowering than other people.
Yeah.
So I've seen people just overpower people into relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've seen other people overpower people into getting their number. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That already is a red flag.
Yeah, I mean,
Straight away.
yeah,
Straight away.
You understand? So that's why it's like when you see that, and then some people allow themselves to be overpowered into those situations. Some women will allow themselves to be overpowered in the situation. Like you might even like I say to you, the whole being nice thing and to the rough side of things. Like there might be a guy that asks a woman for a number nicely, like, oh, you're right, and then someone comes and says, well,
Hey, girl, give me
Yeah,
a number.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Pass her the
Well,
phone.
and it depends on the,
Yeah,
depends on the
yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
It depends on the woman. That's
So I've had
that's
things
what-
like that. Like, pass. I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
want to
yeah.
do with it? Like,
Yeah.
you feel get my number like that?
Yeah,
Not even know hello,
yeah.
how you doing?
But it's sad
I've
that
seen,
some
but
accept
when it comes to the getting
accept-
numbers things, I've seen some crazy ones, bro.
crazy.
No, I've seen some crazy ones,
Yeah,
some real
so,
crazy
you
ones,
have
bro.
to have, you know.
And it makes you wonder because obviously, like, everyone's different, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the things that certain women like, you would sometimes think, nah, she wouldn't, and she does.
100%.
So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
to you.
Yeah,
That's my
it's
point.
true. Some women are
That's
like
what
that.
I'm
Like
saying.
that.
So you realise even within growing up that
Because to me now, if they do that to me, then I'm thinking, okay, who else did you do on your way here
Yeah.
from the bar or whatever? Who
Yeah.
else number did you do that to get that?
Yeah.
So I'm not involved.
Yeah, and how many times has that worked?
yeah.
And then as there's some women like that.
But then
So.
when guys do that, you see even when guys are getting all them numbers, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna find all them people.
Isn't it?
How are you gonna stay on the phone with one of them
Yeah.
girls and have them girls phoning you every day?
Do you know what kills me?
I don't know how they do
You know what kills me
That's a
is
job,
the
innit?
guys who actually do phone all them girls. That's the ones that kill me. Because most women.
But do they remember
most
all their
women-
names and all of
No,
that?
but
It's
that's what I was just about to say to you. Most women,
like to talk. So it's like you can handle all these women talking to you and phoning your phone every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Salute. If you're a
Yeah,
player
that's
these
a
days,
G.
I'm just take your ratings because that must be taking up all your time.
Exactly.
Yeah, because all of them are phoning your phone and you're having to listen to everyone and talk to
Not
everyone.
just that, they're
And
all
give me
looking
the-
at your
give me the-
profile
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
just everything. It's mental, bruv. They're on all your socials. Do you get what I'm saying? It's everything. It's everything, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying?
Detectives all around.
It's mad.
And
It's
people
mad,
love
it's mad.
headache. They love
That's what I'm
headache.
saying. That's
They
what-
love
salute,
headache.
salute.
If it's a
Yeah.
dude, he just loves pum pum. To be totally honest with you, because if it's a dude, you know what I mean? That's all it is. He just.
No, I know, but I'm
No,
saying
but
just
if
mental.
headache comes
you've
with
had your
it too,
period
though,
of
man.
doing that, like you think that's fun, and you go and you try and do that for, and you realize, oh my god,
No, I'm saying grown folks realise that, but
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
like the
yeah.
kind of guys who be doing that are still relatively young, innit? So
Yes.
they got energy in it for
Yeah,
that.
when you're young,
they got energy
yeah.
for that. They got energy. They'll send
you
that.
got- you got some
but they'll
big
send
men
that
though,
12.
that,
They'll send that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Some
it's
man.
mad.
That's what I'm saying. Some man would still send that 12 good morning texts. You know what I'm saying?
and a broadcast.
Do you get? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? Yeah. I just keeping everyone happy.
That's what Agent
You know
X
what I
is
mean?
doing. I didn't even think about that one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not me or us, but like I say,
In the afternoon, you're tired from.
like I say, the thing is, the point is, we all just in love with the idea of being in love. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We've
I think
gathered
we're
it
in love
is
with the idea of looking good more than the idea of being in love,
Okay.
and I think we've proved that.
Mm.
Because if it was just about that, then we could take the humiliations, we could take this, and we could take that. And just through this conversation, I realised we're just in love with we're in love with looking good.
Mm.
We're in love
The
with
vanity side of it.
we're in love with our profile.
Yep.
being
Yep.
Where it needs
Yep.
to be. So when we strip it down, it's nothing to do with love.
Yep.
It's just like, do I look good?
Yep.
Is my profile right?
Fit in the right. Yep.
Am I
yep.
fitting the
yep.
right criteria?
Like I said. When the holiday to Dubai comes around, have I got that dude to stand in the picture with,
And look good.
and does
Am I in
he
Dubai?
have the sleeve and the kettle
Yeah.
and do you get what I'm saying? Does he fit the criteria? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you, bro.
Is that what we're doing now? And is that called love? Is that love
It's
now?
not love.
That's not love.
No, but that's what we're doing now, though,
That's
right?
We're
caca.
doing vanity.
That's what we're doing now. Do you get what I'm saying? So as always, you hit the nail on the head.
Because
I mean, it took you a while this week, but yeah, you got there in the end. But yeah, but this is generally, from what I can see, what's happening. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully, you know, the people who are out there who say they're looking for it might understand that maybe what they're looking for isn't actually
What they're
what they're
looking
looking for. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fully. Just
You
like,
know?
Yeah, and you do see that because that's when you see them back up.
Start.
Do you get what I'm
Back up.
saying?
Fresh start, new
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So again, like I said, a lot of us need rewiring,
Yeah.
remapping, rebooting.
Enjoy life,
Whatever you wanna
enjoy
call it.
people as well.
That's
man.
it.
This is the
Simple.
point.
Don't just feel like you need to jump into something with titles.
Yeah.
Don't always think that it needs to be sexually orientated neither. Enjoy female energy.
That should be the last thing
Well,
to think about.
well,
One,
well.
that's
When
the
you talk
last
about
thing.
when you talk about enjoying female energy, that can be contentious.
What does that mean?
That means that
You're contentious.
it just basically means that some people might argue that, you know, enjoying female energy might be a problem within relationships for some women.
If you don't know how to enjoy female energy.
Hmm?
So if you don't know
No. I'm talking about if you do know how to enjoy female energy. Some women don't like it. Just like some men.
Like having-
just
you
like
mean
some
like
men.
having-
Just like some men don't
You
like.
got your girlfriend
No,
and you
but
got
that's what
loads
I
of
think.
friends as girls.
and that's one of the problems.
or even just like you
Yeah.
generally get on well with women.
We need to be able
Same
to
way like
Well, that's the
certain
problem
men
I've
wouldn't-
had because I
that's
get
it.
on with guys.
Yeah, we
And
need to
that's
be
the
cool with
point.
that. And we need to be cool with that.
That's it.
No, but
Simple. Yeah.
some guys can't handle that.
Yeah,
Is what
they
I'm saying
can't.
to you.
That's girls.
Just like some
They're girls.
women
They're girls at
can't
heart.
handle. No, but I'm saying, but some women can't handle. You say
Guys
they're girls
having-
at heart. You can take that as an offense. But anyway, yeah. But what,
Me, I'm cool. I'm blessed because
I wasn't talking about.
you're a woman. You're not a girl. That was the catch. I'll get you out.
I was talking about the guys.
I didn't even hear that. That's why I didn't hear
I was
that.
talking about the guys that can't handle it.
Yeah, I know. And you said they're girls. Yeah, I know. But
They're
what
not
I'm
women.
saying is, there's a lot of women who. No, I'm only putting it like. There's a lot of women who have the same issue. Is what I'm trying to say to you. Do you get what I'm saying?
As what?
As men who don't like their women having a lot of male energy around them, there's women who don't like men who have a lot of female energy around them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's loads of women who don't
because
like
of
that.
what we've been told, isn't it? So like again, if someone
because all right, let me give you an example.
broken.
Yeah,
So
there's
always
loads of
listening to
people.
that friend. Don't listen to the friend.
Yes.
And you have to remember as well, there's some people who just couldn't. They can't fathom you being a friend to a female, especially if she's attractive.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because in their mind, why are you friends?
Yeah.
Like, why are you friends? So you're cool with her, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so she's your friend, yeah?
And if you notice,
I
a
have that a
man
lot. I get
will
that a lot.
more fear if a girl had a male friend that was coming, picking her up and doing certain things with her. You know, you know what I'm saying? Where women will fear a girl that's just more attractive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They don't.
Like,
I think with women, they get vibes from women, but like you said, definitely, the more attractive the woman is, the more of an issue it is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Feel a bit
You know what I mean?
threatened. Yeah.
Definitely.
more than anything
Not
else.
just generally, yeah, like you said, threatened generally, because the more attractive she is, the more of an issue it is. But at the same time, if she's less attractive, it still may be an issue depending on her behaviour.
It's all on more. This is all on a new basis. If people come into your relationship and they meet you with people, like they meet with friends, they can't. To me, no one should be able to say anything about the friends that
That's
you
a
have.
good point. And
Yeah.
but sometimes they still do.
But they do though.
I understand it would be more of a problem with new friends.
But they do though.
But they
'Cause-
still do.
No, I understand they
Yeah.
still do, but I'm just
Yeah.
talking on the strength of that.
Yeah.
I understand that new friends
Yeah.
being more of a problem than people that what they didn't meet when they first met them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when they met people with people, they know that that's their people.
Yeah.
So they don't really judge it whether they're this or that. But when it's new people, that's why I feel like women will judge more whether the person that you've allowed in your life newly is.
Yeah. Definitely,
They'll
definitely,
look at
definitely.
everything about them.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Where as men as well, we more look at like what kind of lifestyle the guy's living. To if he's around her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's got, what has he got from what he ain't got? How can he compare? How can we willy wave?
I think a lot of men, they watch their woman more than they watch the dude. Whereas I think women watch the woman more than they watch her man.
Very true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Very true.
So like as a dude, you don't walk in a room and like if I walk in here now and I'm with a woman, I'm not gonna start watching you, man.
No, I'm watching.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Well, me personally, I wouldn't be watching her, but if I was that way inclined, I would be watching her.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It would be my concern would be her because I'm not concerned with if you're looking at her because I would assume you would. As a dude, I would assume you would because I did.
Yeah.
Do you get it? But what I'd be watching is her reaction to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Whereas women, on the other hand, I find they're more likely to watch the woman and her reaction to you.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what they're looking for. So certain little things, the way she put her hand, or the way she said hello and she didn't let go, or little stupid things that you're not even watching. And you're just saying, "Nah, babe, like, well, what are you talking about?" She's like, "Nah, man, she likes you."
Yeah.
And you're like, "No, man, don't be stupid, man." She's like, "I'm telling you, she likes you. She likes you. I'm telling you, yeah, she fancies you." And you're like, "What are you talking about, man? Don't be stupid, man. What I done the other day was a nice thing. I just not doing no shopping." No.
Yeah, but it's
No.
how you carry the bags.
It's how she was watching you carry the bags. Yeah, it's how she was watching you carry
When you
the
did
bags.
the bag over handover, it's like you took a bit long to let go.
Right. And the thank you, yeah?
You see that
And if you
there?
ever need anything.
Look at her.
Yeah? And the smile on her face. Yeah, the smile of it. And so the fact that she never blinked once in that eye contact. She was staring straight in your eye. Yeah, come on, man. Women, that's what women are watching.
They're
Do
mad.
you know what I mean?
You
Whereas
don't see
I find we tend to watch
You don't
our
see-
women
Yeah. We don't
more
see
so. Do
anything.
you get what I mean? Yeah, we're not
They
really
see-
watching the dude.
And I
Very
didn't see all of that,
observant.
man. You know, like sometimes you say, I didn't see none of that. Yeah, no, I saw. Then you see her. Then you see. You're like, listen, I don't know how.
And
you
that's
saw
why.
that.
And that's why, if you're walking down the road with your woman, she see the woman before you see the woman.
Yes.
That's why she's already in the stance, looking at you, waiting for you
When
to see
you
the woman.
turn around, she's already like.
No, she's looking at you, waiting to see you looking at you. She's already screwing, looking at you like this. Go on then. You're gonna look in it. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. And then you trying to do the not look, but you're blinking like.
Stop.
Because the thing about it is, the thing about it is, you short circuit the fuse. Because naturally, you know you're supposed to just turn your head. And any other time you would just go, and you'd look and go, yeah, she's alright, and you carry on walking. But because you're with the missus, it just glitches. It's like your neck goes, but your mind knows. You have to keep your head straight. And you start doing that. Blinking. You start looking like Harry Redknapp with the twitch. You know? Do you get what I'm saying? Listen.
Angel dust.
Do you know what I mean? Even if you got shades on, she's looking at the bit in the corner. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless you got the Roy Orbison or the Stevie Wonder, unless you got the bit on the side, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? She's looking at your iris like.
Stop it.
And you even look, you can see it as well.
Listen, bruv. You know how many men are on the beach with a bit on the side, bruv?
It's not worth it.
Tunnel
You know what I'm saying?
vision.
Listen, no, because you can't see in it. I've got shades even on the side. Yeah, you can't see nothing, not even through the corner. Do you know what I mean? I used to think them shades were stupid, but now I know what they're for. But yeah, so generally speaking, women are always, do you know what I mean? They're always 10 steps ahead when it comes to other women.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Whereas us, we're quite oblivious sometimes.
Serious.
Do you get what I mean? Because we're used to women being sexually inappropriate with us.
Yeah, but we're just oblivious.
Like, I couldn't be sexually inappropriate with any of my female friends.
But they were like,
It would literally be the end of our relationship. But women can be sexually inappropriate with you all the time.
Why do you assume that they'll be in a relationship?
Huh?
Maybe they want you to.
They might do. But I couldn't take that chance.
Yeah.
Even if I thought, right, she did it, wow. I couldn't then just be like, wow, I couldn't do
That's
that.
your character. It's like
No. What I'm saying is there's people who would do it. They might go through, they might get a slap in the face, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about the character. I'm just saying that women.
Kind of more accepted.
What I'm saying is a woman can be. How many times have you had a woman come right up to you wearing the lowest low cut top with her breasts right in your face and say, "Hi, how are you? You okay?" Bruv, you couldn't walk up to some chick in some Speedos with your ting hanging to the side and be like, "Hi, babe, how are you? You okay?" She'd be like, "What the? Put on your trousers. What are you doing? You're disgusting. You're disgusting. What are you doing?" Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So what I'm saying to you is women get to be sexually inappropriate with us all the time. And we just accept that because that's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? Whereas we can't do that, bro. And like I said, if we did, it might be the end of you. You'd be like, what's the like, do you get what I'm saying? I thought we was friends, man. Woo! Do you know what I mean? Do you know how many times I'm sat there playing pro with my power and I'm just playing pro? Do you get what I'm saying? You don't know if your power in the room's got a fucking semi-knob on. Do you get what I'm saying? Why is that? Because one, you wouldn't ask, and two, everyone's wearing trousers. Yeah. But what I'm saying is if you were sitting there with your female friend and just walked in a pair of boxer shorts, she'd be like, "Why you got no trousers on?"
trying to hit me.
What I'm saying is if you were sitting there and in your female friend's house and you was waiting to go out, she could just walk in a towel.
It's true.
Standard procedure.
Okay, can you do the zip for me, please?
Because you're my friend. Because you're my friend.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, having that comfortableness with friends.
See? Because you're my friend, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's
So
the
you
problem?
don't see it that way.
What's the problem? I never thought he would take anything. He's my friend.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my friends.
And that's why women like. That's why women like gay males.
Yeah.
Because it's a male friend without any of the issues that male friends come with.
Yeah.
You have to worry about if he's going to hit on you. You have to worry about where. You have to worry about asking to zip up the feet. You can just do your thing with him.
Yeah.
But he's a dude though.
Yeah.
Even a lot of famous women, they got them gay best friends.
Because it's a male friend you can have.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's a male friend you can have that's not going to hit on you. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, that's why they're cool. Do you get what I mean? Because your male friend, you could have him for 18 years, 25 years, and then one day you'll turn around when you're drunk and go, "You know, I really wanted to do that." And you're thinking, what the fuck, dude? We slept in the same bed when we were like 8 years old, man. Come on, man. I call your mum auntie, man. What are you doing? Oh, see, it's just that, you know, I thought you learned, like, what, after 35 years, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
And sometimes it's the women. That's
Do you get what I'm saying?
Start saying like, "Look, man."
Well, this is what I'm saying, because again, like I said, we're going on to another subject here, which is basically, can men and women actually be friends if one or both or one or the other finds the other one attractive? Can you actually be friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on. Whoa. So this is my point. So when you come in and do could you do that up? This person finds you sexually attractive. So they're your friend until you get drunk, until you slip and fall into. Until he's your friend or she's your friend until, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But the whole time she's there, she's only being cool with you, or he's only being cool with you because he's waiting for that until. Mm. So you're only really that good a friend to me because you want to be with me, because you find me attractive.
I just think like.
No, I'm just saying. Look,
let me give you an example. Yeah, if you're with your brethren, your male friend. Yeah, you lot are you're chilling for years. Yeah, if you're a heterosexual person, no matter what happens, just chemically, you and your brethren ain't gonna ever have a day where you're gonna want to do that. Yeah, but if just off of like the fact that that's a male and a female, when you're male and female friend, you could be cool for 30 years, like you said, but there could be one day because you're male and female that something could happen on that level because you're male and female. Oh, you're talking about something actually happening. No, but you're talking about something actually happening now.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about that.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is, can men so let me give you an example. Yeah. So A is a male, B is a female. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now A doesn't find B attractive at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Doesn't fancy her. Never fancied her. Nothing. Do you get what I mean? That's his friend. You know, just like one of the boys. It's my pal. Do you get what I'm saying? B finds A attractive. Do you get what I'm saying? Like physically and otherwise, likes him as a person, all that stuff. If they could, they would. Which is part of the reason why they are such good friends. It's never been spoken about, it's never been said, whatever, but that's there. Do you get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, are they really friends? Can they actually be friends in the sense of the word?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Because like I said to you, like even it's different elements that people are drawn together as friends, and why you like people, why you stay friends with people long term, and why you stay friends with people short term. So if we're talking about a short term relationship or someone that's like. It's all down to circumstances of how you meet people as well. For some people we meet through family, they're like family, you know what I mean? There's some people that we grew up with, there's some people that, you know what I'm saying, that helped us through situations, and there's some people that, you know what I'm saying? So we have different reasons of why you hold them people dear to your heart. And like I say to you, they're not always, and sometimes you would never even cross that line because you would never want sex to mess up the relationship.
And that's the point. Yeah.
But with, like I say to you, but in the masses of the friends that you have, like I say to you, there's different characteristics of different people. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's different characteristics.
Yeah, of course.
And so, all I was saying is like, when you with your male friends, there's never going to be certain things that happen because of your male. Like say if we remember saying about over intellectualizing the sex, if we break down and we go back to the basics and the animal side of it, there could be sometimes we don't even understand what might, because if you're chilling with a female, maybe like say give work as an example, because I think that you have to create scenarios where people can get close as well. Because without the scenarios, that's what kind of, you can still have friends, but if the scenarios are not available as well, then you can still maintain their friendships because you just meet up for coffee, so on and so forth. But say like you work with someone and you work very closely to them, and it's you and her in the office, and you work every day wherever it doesn't have to be the office, wherever it is, and you're there together and you work together 10 years, and something within the 10 years happened. It's more based, I believe, that's more based on our animal side, like the, you know what I mean, animal side.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's more based on our biological side, then it's based on how we're feeling at
that time, at that moment, but it's not changing anything.
I didn't think I would like this person for 10 years, or I like this person all that time. It's just more based on your man, that's a female, and if within those 10 years, if the scenario is created, some sort of scenario where that can happen is created, whether you believe it's that scenario or not.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I say, I understand that, but you're still going back to a scenario where something actually happens. I'm not talking about that. I'm just basically saying to you, I'll give you another example then, yeah? If I fancy a woman and she doesn't fancy me at all, so remember, her relationship with me is strictly platonic. She does not fancy me, she doesn't find me attractive, she doesn't look at me in that way, she wouldn't want to be with me, she's not trying to be with me, although she likes me as a person and she considers me a friend.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Right. But I fancy her. Now, I shouldn't even just say fancy her, because like I said, not just fancy her, I want to be with her. Could you consider us friends?
On her terms, yes, but on your terms, you want more. So
Pretty much.
it could make
So
it
whether she's
complicated,
aware
isn't it?
of that or she's not aware of that, what I'm saying is, could we be considered friends? Do you understand? Okay, let me put you this way. How many of your female friends do you actively fancy? Like actively fancy right now? Like you look at them and you're like, if she turned around right now, like, that's my mate, but I want to do her over.
No, I don't feel like that.
Right. You know why? Because she's your friend, right?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So, and that's my point. So what I'm saying to you is that's why a lot of women meet women and they don't like them around their man. Because you're saying, oh no, that's my friend from Rara, but she's like, nah mate,
not that
that's
one.
not your friend.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
But it's even like, you see, like again, the line between friends and family. Yeah. Because obviously, I don't believe that family is always blood.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So,
That's
I feel like once that side gets differentiated as well, maybe the conversation I can have with you is different. You know what I mean? Because like there's some things that I consider family. So the conversation, it's just like maybe my head. That's how my head is wired.
Yeah.
There's other people that I know that look within even their own family, so I can't even go to. You know what I mean?
And that's why. Unfortunately, like I said before, we have to generalize because we can't. Do you get what I mean? We can't bring it back to how our personal understanding of something. We have to go with the general. Do you get what I mean? Certain times, and that's why we use these generalizations just to spark the conversation. Do you know what I mean? And then let it go where it goes. But like I said, when it comes to the love side of it, and we try to create this space, this comfortable space where we can talk about looking for more and wanting more, and do you know what I mean? Whilst some of us obviously not really wanting that, and then others not leaving that space, although we think we are, for that to actually happen. Do you get what I mean? Because we want to control this whole scenario. Do you get what I mean?
When they
From
feel they're
top to
losing
bottom.
it, that's when they start to back off and change and like, nah, actually no.
Do you see what I mean?
Safe for me.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And not even because it may not be for them, but just because, like you said, there's a certain
Scares
amount of
them as
control.
well.
A certain amount of control they need over the scenario.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's men and women.
That control part of love is what I think is messing things up as well.
Yeah, because of the concept of what they think it should be. You have people, like I said, who walking down the road upset with somebody because they didn't hold your hand. But you didn't ever express that to the person that you may want them to hold your hand. So how can you walk away upset with a person that they didn't hold your hand? Oh, but you know, if
Because they think you're a magician, it can be
right. And if you loved me, you should want to hold my hand. But how do I know you want me to hold your hand?
If you
I may even no, but I'm saying the person may want to hold your hand, but not know if you want them to.
If you love a flower,
do you get what I mean? So what I'm saying is like,
do you pick the flower? If you love a flower, do you pick it?
Not always.
No, not always.
Sometimes it's good to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
if you loved it, you wouldn't pick it.
there you go.
If you loved it, you wouldn't pick it. Do you know what I mean?
Because if you pick that flower, it's dead now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if people understood that on the concept of love, they wouldn't pick the flower. They let the flower be.
Let it blossom.
Let it blossom.
Exactly.
Like, just love the
Let
flower.
it flourish.
But most people want to see you how they want you to be once you, and that's what we were saying before about
Pick you up and put you
the
in their
friendship. Even some people who have the friendship, once it becomes that, it changes. It changes. Even down to look at the arrangements of convenience. How many people have had a quote unquote, what's the words they use now? Was it? I swear there's a new one. I don't know what they use these days. But you know, they have their booty calls, their fuck buddies, their whatever you want to term them as, yeah. They have their friends, they're all this stuff that they use, you know. But my point is they have them and it's like, you know, it's just sex. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Alright, cool, because you know it's just convenience, isn't it? You know, it's just sex. And then people start catching feelings.
Yeah, it's true.
After you've already had the contract drawn out and everybody's agreed, to the point where people are adamant, bossy at the beginning, like, you know, because, you know, I'm not looking for nothing right now. No, I'm not looking for nothing right now. You know, I come out of a relationship, I don't want nothing right now. You know, I hope you're not looking for nothing serious. I'm not looking, we're not in nothing, you know. We're not in nothing. And then there's not even a couple months down the line, what happens? What happens? Hey, why not answering your phone? And this is the point.
That takes skill. Trust. Takes skill to do that.
Like I say, a lot of people, we just
gets emotional.
we lying to ourselves most of the time. That's the point. Do you know what I mean? We lying to ourselves most of the time. And who is this person you're looking for? Would they want you? Not being funny, I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? Who's this person you're looking for? Would they want you? Do you get what I mean? What are you looking for? Do you know what I mean? And you say you're looking, you know, we all like to think we're on this journey, you know, and, you know, in finding ourselves and, you know, being whole or one or whatever you want to call it. But part of that being one or complete, I would imagine, of that journey is being with somebody. Do you get what I mean? Because as G said earlier, love is giving. It's a giving process. And until you've
find someone to give to,
then are you ever really complete?
It's true. No, that's big.
Do you get what I mean? You know? So these things that we're doing that are stopping us from doing certain things and basically creating, I would say, vices for us instead of creating scenarios where we can actually go into healthy relationships.
100%.
Do you get what I mean?
I agree.
So, yeah, with that said,
bare gems.
yeah, we're going to wrap it up, man. We're going to wrap it up because I know we all got places to be and places to go.
So good, man.
But yeah, man.
Always great.
Love for that, love for that.
That's
It's en route to clarity, the draw out.
Cheers about the team.
My co-host Dave, Princess
Thank you for
Bim.
having me.
Thank you for coming down. We'll have you again. All the social medias will be underneath. Dislike, unsubscribe, unfollow, all of that.
Social medias before she goes.
Yeah, go on.
You can find me at Princess Bim Promo. Yep, so you can find me there. Hit me up there. Also make a sorrow. So if you want sorrow, hit me up there. But yeah, just go on my page and look and you see, it's live.
It's Princess Bim, BIM, Princess, Go catch that. So yeah, like I said, well, not for Princess, but for me personally, myself, Agent X, en route to clarity, the draw out, dislike, unsubscribe, unfollow, all of that. Brat, we're out later.